With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes of Phil to Phil. With so much time to kill, he promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and chill. Streams online and straight away begins to whine, but always fine as long as Shaz benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran shoot of feeling so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once kicked off across the board with charge to ward because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap while DSP is chasing green. We're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machinist, snorting, burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if factory fun is Shoutouts can't see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts like before lunching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is dead to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of call his cat and party life and all his strife of forgetting that it's done well and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. He's nearly over it and a win is in sight with what to white despite Phil's light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for us today, Thursday the 9th of March 2023, and Phil's day off was like just bizarre, because a lot seemed to have happened during that day off, and not really with Phil. Nothing seemed to happen with Phil directly, but outside of that on Twitter, all sorts of fucking mental shit was happening, it seemed. People were getting blocked left, right and centre by somebody called, what is it, Tipsy, Dips, fuck knows her fucking name. Never heard of a fucking guy in my life, but all I know he's on some sort of blocking fucking spree. And not only that, Piece of Peace has been catching people's attention. He's got he's made Rich very angry, Review Tech USA, and Boogie got the attention of it as well. Basically, Piece of Peace is one of the most prominent detractors right now because you got Rich, Phil, and Boogie talking about him at the same goddamn time. Look at this shit. So, the original tweet in question. Originally, Phil was saying, Rich is saying, open my fridge and feed me grapes. Also, is it really hard to agree that breaking into someone's personal bank account is a bridge too far? I mean, for fuck's sake, this really shouldn't even be up for debate. And no reasonable person would say that it's actually a fucking fair thing to do, a logical thing to fucking do. You know what I mean? Obviously, most people would agree that what happened to Phil in terms of the action that happened to him, that Booth had done to him, was definitely illegal. Even the person that did the action says, yes, what I did was illegal, it was social engineering. But the fact of the matter is that the results it yielded though was just basically, you know, great for all to see essentially, you know what I mean? Phil is reading about all these details that he wanted us to stay hidden, you know, all the details of these payments he was making and how he spent his money. That's the thing that obviously, you know, got to Phil, and that's the thing that really hurt him. Which is why he's been trying to deny it so hard ever since it fucking happened. But, you know, Rich is like, oh, this is a terrible fucking thing to happen and people shouldn't be fucking celebrating it. But no, the fact of the fucking matter is, we can all agree that what happened to Phil was illegal. There's no disputing that. But we can still enjoy the results of it. It's a bizarre thing. And Rich is like struggling to grasp that concept. So Peace shot back at him. Perhaps it's reasonable to question the judgment of a fat cuck who threw away money on a washed up e-bigger when they have a literal child they could have spent it on. And yeah, Rich went in hard. Rich went all Will Smith about it originally. Let's see if I can find the tweet actually, because Rich fucking fired back very hard. My kids are well taken care of. Keep my kids' names out of your fucking mouth. You know nothing about me, you anonymous reject. Which is just like, fuck me, man. That's like fucking. That's all Will. He's going to Will Smith and the fucking guy, you know. Keep my fucking. They didn't even fucking mention your kids' fucking names for fuck's sake, you know. Nothing like that. He just said, look, here's. And all Peace did was fucking just show him information. Literally, that was it. Here's. Maybe we should question the judgment of somebody who has thrown Phil hundreds of fucking dollars. It's just that, and fucking Rich fucking lost his goddamn tiny mind. So not only that, I'll say Boogie has also caught wind of it within the last 20 minutes or so. Says, who the fuck has the kind of free time to even track shit on us? Who has so little to care about in their own life that they care about things like this? It's good to have a critical eye, but it wouldn't hurt to be a little more critical yourself. And he's clapped back. I know being a jobless e-beggar for over a decade makes your widow brain not work so good anymore, but there's these cool machines called computers that can calculate numbers for you. Amazing, right? I've also never fired a revolver in a school zone. Stay in your lane, fat ass. So yeah, Peace is fucking making friends left, right and centre in the lolcow community. He is without a shadow of a doubt the most prominent detractor right now, because all these lolcows all of a sudden have the eye of Peace, it seems, you know what I mean? He's on all the radars right fucking now. As you can see, Phil's awake. He's not online yet, as you can see, but he says good morning everyone. He had a relaxing day off, he rested, he's talking like fucking Yoda for some fucking reason. Because of fucking Yoda, I was talking to him, I guess. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, Phil just being cringe as usual. Keep in mind, Phil still has his 2 big bills that he has to pay. So yeah, tips are going to be mandatory today, just bear that in mind. What else has happened during Phil's day off? Oh yeah, super fucking, or stuttering fucking Craig, you know, the fucking guy that's going to be interviewing Phil, seems to kind of be saying that he doesn't want any detractors to, he doesn't want to fucking deal with detractors unless they reveal who they are to him. So basically he wants detractors to dox themselves to him so he can deal directly with them, it seems. That's the impression I got. Let's mute that shit. So yeah, stuttering Craig has been a bit annoying right now, so you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going to tweet out on, careful what you wish for, Craig. And what's the sound in response to? Not every bank offers that, just as an FYI. I'm just saying, yeah, I've explained this before in the past. I work for a British bank, so I'm not sure if the American regulation system is different from the one how it works in Britain for the banks here. For Phil trying to kind of source his money back from, you know, for Phil's claims that he had fucking money stolen from him by his identity being stolen, your bank would kind of recompensate you essentially for that. At least in the UK to an extent, but I'm not sure if that's the case in America or not. Yeah, long story fucking short. The day off was fucking crazy. Outside of Phil stuff, it looks like, you know, where just everyone losing their goddamn minds, just like, even Boogie's getting in and fucking acting that shit, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. So yeah, Prophet has got the eye of the lolcow community going on. It's just absolutely fucking bizarre. But yeah, starting Craig trying his best to fucking tell detractors to fucking ease off, it seems, you know, like to stop fucking talking about, you know, stop telling me about all the Phil stuff. I know what I'm doing. I've been educated in this. I have experience in this. This is my job. And all shit. Basically, he's fucking pulling a Phil and kind of saying, I am the experienced person here. You don't need to tell me how to do my job. Which is like, okay, fucking you fucking asked it for people to fucking help you. What shit. For fuck's sake, man. It's just, yeah, I don't know. The more I see of Craig and the more I hear of Craig, the less hope I have of a meaningful interview between him and Phil Burnell. Bear in mind, these two got on in the past, which might tell you something about those kind of personalities. I don't think this, you know, it's one of those things where I felt like Craig was hoping for a situation here where he would be able to benefit off Phil's kind of name to try and boost his popularity to his channel, to try and fucking get back to some sort of prominence, but he seemed to have also realised they may have bit off more than he could fucking chew. And it feels like he feels being quite wishy-washy about it. From that's the impression I'm getting. He's a bit wishy-washy with all the goddamn stuff lately. So, and they're still not announcing the interview either, like when the goddamn thing is. So it's a bizarre fucking shit show. I have a feeling they're going to fucking do the interview how Phil wants to do it in terms of how to announce it. I feel like they'll announce it like on the day it's happening, or when you may get 1 hour's notice of when it's going to happen. I feel like that's going to be, they're going to be doing it to try and fucking catch detractors off guard, to try and make sure people aren't going to restream. I don't know. I have a feeling they might be going that fucking route. That's just a guess though. Anyway, let's just sort out the bingo card, shall we, and pick today's card for today's bingo shenanigans. And today's bingo card will have Idiot. Fantastic. Idiot will be the choice word for today. Now I was going to make, I mean, I have snort as a centre space. I can change that if I want. I mean, I don't think I don't think anything, because Phil had a day off, and as far as Phil didn't even tweet his day off, he had no single tweets whatsoever on his day off. Yeah, he made this tweet late on Tuesday. I know it says March 8th, but that was at UK time. I think he tweeted this late Tuesday night. I'm off from streaming on Wednesday. When I return on Thursday, we give Wo Long one big final go. Just so, yeah, Phil didn't have a single tweet. He didn't concern himself with that. So what's everyone saying in chat? Blah, 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 blah. Craig is a centre space. Some people want Twitter. See, Twitter is already a space on the card. Well, Twitter's a possibility in the card. See, it's one of the first options on here, Twitter. So it could appear on the normal card itself. So I'm not going to make Twitter a centre space when it could appear on the normal card. Craig could be a shout though. Because Phil will certainly probably address into you again and say there's no date for it yet. Craig. How about this? Just any interview talk if Phil brings up at all, we count it. Okay, how about that? So, with all that being said, let's generate the cards. Fantastic. So, our word today was idiot. We need a number between 1 and 205. The first number in chat is here, which contains the number 6, with a card I picked for today's bingo shenanigans. So, no pressure, but hopefully somebody can pick a good card because we're due a bingo victory in my opinion. 65 was the first number I saw, which had the number 6 in it. So, Mastodon Pizza Slicer, thank you very much for that suggestion. We're going to go to the 65th bingo card, which is a 66th result on the card, on this page. And here we go, the card on the left hand side will be the card we'd use for today's bingo shenanigans. So we got Phil saying, that being said, okay, him standing up randomly, him giving a years ago story and him being toxic. Then I got him saying chill, idiot, help, him pointing at text on the screen, and him saying comment. For Joe, we got Phil giving a good old leg slap, him saying now, him talking about interview in some capacity. Good news and addition. The fourth row is Phil's chair creaking, him giving a good old turbo nose, him saying life, variety and business. The fifth row is Phil saying new games, you see, him discussing his family in some capacity, his voice cracking and him mocking his chat. It's not a bad card today. I mean, I'm going to go a bit off script here and say that this is actually not as strong a card as I was hoping for, but then again, Phil has surprised us before. Sometimes when we don't expect Phil to say or do some of these things, they end up fucking happening. So, yeah, you can never tell. I mean, as predictable as Phil is, he is sometimes unpredictable with his predictability, which is a bit an oxymoron. I don't know, it doesn't make fucking sense saying that. You get what I'm fucking saying though. Hopefully it'll still be a strong card. Hopefully it'll get quite close to, you know, the bingo. But yeah, fingers crossed on that front. So this has picked a card. This has done all that jazz. Phil just posted up his life. I can ready for that. Phil is down to 376 members. He's going to try and get back up to 380 because Phil lost some members again, by the way, in case you didn't realise. He lost a few more members. His last day of streaming before quitting for his day, stopping for his day off, he only earned over $100. He had 2 tier 1 goals hit essentially, $55 and $52. So he got to wear glasses both times, but he didn't get to wear a hat, and he didn't get to wear a scarf or a fucking vest or whatever. Like the fucking previous day when he fucking got all free for Hogwarts. So one more thing, I'll say one more thing, I'm just going to get a game all set up, get a game all prepared. But guys, you all know our job when it comes to the bingo card. If we get 25 snorts from Phil Burnell, that is a free space for us to use on the card. If we get 10 burps from Phil, that is also going to be a free space, and these double as well, so if Phil gets like 50 snorts, that's a second free space. If it has 20 burps, that's another free space, and so on and so on. If Phil has 100 likes before recording for gameplay for his YouTube stream, his YouTube, fucking videos, that is also going to be a free space. And if we get 100 likes on this stream as well, before we finish playing bingo, we will also have a free space. So you guys actually have the power to dictate whether we get a free space or not. And sometimes it is crucial. Sometimes we've been one away from winning a fucking full house, a full bingo card. So, you need no pressure or anything, you know what I mean? But you guys could determine whether we win bingo or not. I'm just fucking saying. But, I'll have to wait and see, I guess, what happens. But that's the card all set up. You guys should be able to see it on the screen. And yeah, I think it's a decent card. I think it's a card that's got a chance of, I think we'll come close. I'm trying to look at this and think what's not going to happen, possibly. And he might not point at text on the screen. He might not even emphasise it as much. Although, it's a daily goal, so I guess he would, technically, he probably would, actually. But yeah, life, maybe. Phil might not have fucking said the word life or business. I know it's been kind of weird that way sometimes, even words that he likes saying a lot. That being said, is a phrase he likes saying a lot, but the last time we had that in the card, he didn't say it, which is bizarre. DSP's receding hairline in chat is yelling help, I am disappearing. Just fucking accept it, pal. Just let it go naturally. For fuck's sake. So yeah, it was a bizarre fucking day with the fucking shit show on Twitter with fucking even Boogie getting involved. It looks like a whole bunch of random fucking people are just discovering the bank leaks have happened now. It's fucking bizarre to me. Like, the bank leaks obviously been known about since September of 2021. It's what got me into fucking making detractor content again, the fucking bank leaks. I fucking dragged me right back into the detractor sphere. Like, I've been a detractor a long time, but I never really done any like, videos or whatever until the bank leaks happened. And I kind of thought, okay, I can put forward my own thoughts and feelings about this kind of shit. And people just left, right, and fucking centre on Twitter are losing their goddamn fucking minds with all sorts of fucking shit, man. It's just, I've got fucking no idea. I don't know how to deal. I don't see what I'm saying. When it comes to Rich, I don't know if I can deal with him. Don't really have much time for him. When it comes to Boogie, same kind of thing. Phil's pretty much the only lolcow I focus on. Also, I've heard. I know who Rich is. I know who Boogie is, and I know who Wings is. I know who these guys are. I just don't bother fucking wasting my time or energy on them because I don't care about them. I know other people do sometimes. Kind of, they have an interesting wide array of lolcows that they like to fucking take in, and obviously fair play to you if you enjoy that as well. If you enjoy taking in all these other fucking nutters to fucking get entertainment from, then power to you. But you know, for me anyway, Phil's kind of my only lolcow focus, if that makes any fucking sense. But yeah. Oh, Phil's at a laptop now, fucking hooray, ladies and gentlemen, Phil's at a laptop right fucking now. Isn't that fucking wonderful news? Alright, I'm going to turn up Meerkat's music. You guys can enjoy Meerkat's music while we wait for Phil to go properly live. So yeah, thank you very much guys for being here. I do hope you all can settle in and enjoy a good robust game of bingo. And yeah, enjoy the music from Meerkat while we wait for Phil to go live. So thanks again for being here again once again. And yeah, fingers crossed this will be an enjoyable game.
I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer.
Big ups to your cat. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Squeeze the peel, it comes in the milk. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Squeeze the peel, it comes in the milk. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana,
Money,
tasty banana.
yeah, yeah.
Money,
Money, yeah, yeah. Money.
Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vestry for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight. It's out of control.
Like exploding in the stream chat. People who, they pretend like they support me. They pretend like they're positive, and they're not. They're shitheads. They sit here and they sneak this, and they say underhanded things. They try to literally bring up either detractor memes or literal drama shit every day. They do it on purpose so that they can try to derail the shit that I'm doing on my streams, you know? And it just gets to the point where it's so frustrating. I just want to have fun, man. I really just want to fucking have fun. That's it. That's all I want to do is have fun with you guys. Fun. Way more fun. I just want to have fun. Way more fun. I just
having a fun and interactive time with me and you're finding entertainment, positivity, and value in it, then the support should just come naturally. Okay?
I just want to have fun. Way more fun. I just want to have fun. Way more fun.
Here's the bottom line, and I'm tired of it now. No more excuses, all right? Because the bottom line is people are like, Phil's not engaged in his commentary, and Phil's commentary is boring, and that's why people don't
Yeah,
wanna
no,
watch
it's
him play
beginning
through the
now.
streams. Bullshit. I'm loving this game.
I'm always sad. I'm always sad turning down the music again because I mean, all it means the show is starting, which is a good thing. But I enjoy Meerkat's music. I just fucking want to just like keep fucking playing and just fuck Phil, whatever fucking Phil has to say today, or whatever. Just let's enjoy the fucking music. But nah, Bingo comes first, of course. Guys, I all know the drill now. Tag me and Chankus miss a thing on this card. I don't try and miss things on the card. It just happens sometimes because I am a stupid bastard. And yeah, 25 out of 25 means one of you guys can win a prize. 10 burps, free space, 25 snort, free space, 100 likes here or there, free space as well. Good luck, guys. Here we go. DSP's a bitch.
Hello, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Level 1 podcast, where we're busy having fun down here on Level 1. Welcome to a new streaming week, a beautiful streaming week. Ooh, what's going on? I hope you're all doing well. I'm back from my break. Yesterday was my day off from streaming. Today is Thursday, the 9th of March, 2023, and we got an exciting week ahead for sure. A good balance of stuff coming up, and a hair in my mouth. Ew, I just got it. But no, and the possibility of something new. All right, so we got quite a lot to talk about today. Seriously, we do. We got game news. We got Phil's day off. We got the fallout from my video that I made last thing impromptu on Tuesday before I left you all. We've got updates.
Shit, I never even thought about that. Were you guys even aware of this fucking video? Phil made a bizarre fucking video as soon as he finished streaming the final fucking stream, the evening stream from fucking Tuesday. He made a video right away. Like, he just went straight into a fucking brand new video. Like, you know, recorded. This shit was bizarre. So, this special update video, the future of DSP gaming and Wolong in particular, it was in a really crazy fucking, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was surprised when I was watching, so Piece of Peace was restreaming Phil's night stream as he often does, you know, but like a few times a week, and I caught it on the Wednesday morning when I was working, so I thought, okay, I'm going to catch Piece's stream and enjoy it, whatever, while I'm working away, and I couldn't believe it. I was fucking seeing we just Phil, like, he was on the fence with Wolong. I was like, I don't know if I want to play it, I'm getting too old for this shit, it's killing me, playing this game is killing me. It's like, Jesus Christ, Phil, just calm the fuck down, it's a fucking video game. And really, the long story short of this fucking random fucking ass rant from Tuesday night that he fucking just decided to randomly make right after fucking playing the game was that he is going to fucking give the game one more shot, essentially. I don't even know fucking where to begin. It's like, I'm actually interested in the comments. Let me see the comments here. So, I thought you hated Sekiro, now you love it all of a sudden. I think you should keep at it with Wolong. Who cares if that is difficult and you're struggling with it? There are like literally a million view compilations out there of people struggling with similar game. It's fun to watch. Why? Because we all struggled, and it's nice to see someone else go through the same pain as we did. Don't quit. My opinion is that you should continue Wolong. The game isn't essentially lengthy. I think it's around 30 hours or so average completion. Blah 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 blah. You got other fucking people saying second run Elden Ring, please. The strongest comments, because I'm getting older, laugh, laugh, laugh. You stream all day, 6 days a week. I'm just seeing if there's any comments that stand out here. Hate to say it, but I've seen how you can beat hard games, even if they miss inputs, like the camera's bad, so I don't know why Wolong is a big deal. Yeah. How popular was this fucking video for Phil? 4K views. He made this the main video on his channel. Like, you know, when you go to DSP Gaming, he's like, I usually, if he's not live, there's a video that plays automatically. He made that the main video thing that plays when you fucking go to DSP Gaming. So this video, 4K views for Phil having a special update in the future of DSP Gaming, and probably attracted some interest because people might have thought he was fucking trying, you know, announcing fucking retirement or some pish. Very clickbait title in my opinion, because to me, it was mainly about fucking Wolong in general, more than anything else. You didn't really talk about his future much, essentially. But that's just my take on that.
It's on new content coming out, a new movie review, and more. So we've got a ton to talk about on today's show. I think, as always, we should start at the beginning. So to start at the beginning, I want to get the schedule out of the way. I do. I just want to talk the schedule, get it out of the way, then we can talk about a whole bunch of other topics going on, okay? So today, first gameplay stream after the show ends is Wolong Fallen Dynasty, probably the last session of the game. We're going to talk about that in a moment in regards to the video that I put out, you know, on Tuesday night. And the feedback that I've received on it over the last, you know, day and a half, which was quite interesting feedback, actually, if you'd like to know the truth. So, Wolong today, and we're actually picking up right where we left off, the Lu Bu boss fight. Now, from what everyone seems to be saying, Lu Bu is the hardest boss in the game. For clarification purposes, Wolong Fallen Dynasty is around 30 to 35 hours long, but Lu Bu is the hardest boss in the game. I'm only 10 hours, well, okay, 10 and a half hours in. So 1/3 into the game, they put the hardest boss. I would like you to think about that for a second. In the realm of game design, how many games do you think it makes sense to put the hardest challenge of the game 1/3 into the game, and then the game's a cakewalk afterwards? Right? Seems to me, perhaps the game has some flaws. As I've been saying all along, but a lot of people like to sugarcoat or ignore the flaws just because it's one of these get good style games. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I don't know. We're going to see. The reason that really we're playing Wolong again today is because quite a few people have been saying they were really hoping that I was going to get to and at least challenge Lu Bu. I did get to him in the last like 10 minutes of the last stream and only had about 10 minutes to take him on. I didn't have time to really fight him. Since I have a whole stream today and I did dedicate myself to playing this game one more time at least, this means we will have a little bit more time to go back and look for the flags I missed in the stage and then take him on, you know, head first. Essentially, today is Lu Bu day. Like, that's really the whole reason I'm playing this again. If we beat him, that's like a bonus. Like, I'm not even expecting to beat him. If he really is the hardest thing in the game, yeah, I'm expecting that this might take all day to beat, okay, if I even beat him. So we'll see what happens, and this might be the last hurrah for the game. We'll talk about that in a moment. Then later tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it is Like a Dragon Ishin continuing on.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Crazy. Right, so Super Chat says, this is like complaining in Cuphead where you had a harder time in a previous boss than the devil. Just nonsense. I can think of several games I fucking played where the final big boss wasn't actually that fucking hard to really complete compared to some other things in that game.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Barrett. Also, Super Chat as well says, who puts a bankruptcy at age 35? That seems silly. Sounds like they don't know what they're doing or something. Yeah, Phil. Yeah. Phil just fucking Phil in that regard. I was trying to fucking lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah. Final bosses in games. Who all remembers an amazing Rockstar game called Bully? Now, in my opinion, the very final boss of Bully, the actual final boss itself wasn't that fucking hard. You just fucking beating the crap out of fucking Jimmy. Not Jimmy, fucking, what's, not Jimmy, you're fucking Jimmy. Who's the fucking main? Gary, that's it, Gary, that wee fucking dick, Gary, that's his fucking name, Gary. You're the one that's fucking Jimmy. But no, yeah, obviously, before that, it's like some sort of fucking thing where it's like you got to fucking go to several areas of the fucking school and do this and do that, but that's also kind of easy as well. Plus you had fucking Russell on your side, big fucking beefy Russell man, just fucking powerbombing cunts through fucking, he was, so, but yes, I'm saying though, the very final challenge of the game was pretty straightforward, to me anyway. I fucking beat it first time. I can remember parts of Billy that were a lot more difficult. I'm trying to think of other games that were like, you know, where I had, there was things, other parts of the fucking game, you know, game that was harder.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, SCP Sophie, for a super chat. It says, you know what makes gaming miserable? Cheating and looking at guides. Being told anything how to play. This is why it gets no enjoyment. That's a very fucking good point as well. Phil spoils himself in these fucking games where he's fucking trying to look up guides or to try and fucking get through it faster. Or even just fucking having people tell him what they fucking expect in a fucking game. It's kind of strange. It kind of really takes away the enjoyment you think of the fucking game for them. But it is what it fucking is. Okay, so Hogwarts. Hogwarts is an example of a very fucking tough final boss to me because I played the Hogwarts game. I finished it. Okay, I finished playing, and I know it's a controversial game, you know, for whatever reasons. But as a game, it was an okay game. But the very final boss of Hogwarts, like I say, in my opinion, was quite challenging. At least if you don't have health potions and all that shit. I went into the very final boss with like fucking 2 health vials only, and I forgot to restock, and I ended up like having to like back out. I couldn't complete the fucking whole thing without making sure I had stocked up on health. So after that is actually not too bad, but it's a long final boss fight, and it can be a bit challenging if you don't have a lot of health potions on you to fucking tank your way through it a bit. But yeah, that's a good example of how I'll say as a decent-ish kind of thing available. It was a strange game. I mean, I'm still fucking feeling weird about Hogwarts because I feel like it's a game where I don't feel like I want to replay the fucking game because I know it's not going to be that fucking different. You know, that's what I'm saying. I had fears I wasn't going to have great replayability to it, and it could be the case. But that's a different matter altogether. But Phil, though, it's not unusual for some mid-level bosses in games to be fucking more challenging than the final boss. Looking at a fucking mission in San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, you had a fucking mission. You don't. There's a side mission as well. It's even a fucking main thing. You could skip it altogether. But you're on that fucking roof for an RC. You remember shooting down all his wee RC planes for that fucking electronic shop that Zero had. That mission was torture. That was an absolutely brutal fucking mission. There's some people who still have not passed that fucking mission today.
So we'll see what happens, and this might be the last hurrah for the game. We'll talk about that in a moment. Then later tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it is Like a Dragon Ishin continuing on. Great game so far, very chill game, good slow pace, lots of side content that we stumble upon, and having a good time with it for sure. I know you guys are enjoying it. For those who show up for the late night chill streams, it's a really good time. So I hope you will join me for that tonight. Tomorrow, Hogwarts Legacy continues. We're now in the 3rd season, the winter. We had a good progress last stream. This time around, we're hoping for more story-based progress. And we shall see. We'll see how that goes, but it should be good as we're heading slowly into the end game. And then tomorrow night will be Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, late night chill stream. Saturday, it is my weekly React stream over on DSP Reacts, DSP versus the Internet, where the channel members of DSP Reacts will be suggesting videos from all over YouTube for me to watch and for me to react to in a 3-hour-long stream, okay? We're starting to get into the groove of this being a weekly thing now. I know it's a little weird because it changed. At first it was Fridays, now it's Saturdays, but it should stay as Saturday, likely for the foreseeable future. So, that's Saturday, and the Saturday night is up in the air a little bit, but it might be Call of Duty. I'm actually thinking maybe we should throw in a random Call of Duty multiplayer stream on the late stream just for variety purposes. Sunday, the main gameplay stream is really what's in question, because Sunday's main gameplay stream will be directly determining if I keep playing Wolong or if we do something new. The new options will either be Metroid Prime Remastered on the Switch, or starting my second New Game Plus run here of Elden Ring. You know, that people have been waiting for ever since I beat Elden Ring last year. Now going through with a different build with your guidance and preparing for the impending release of the DLC that will be coming out likely later this year. Everyone's, you know, guessing, okay? Sunday night, I once again will not be live streaming. Yes, I know. You're like, what? Yeah, I know. 2 weeks in a row. This week, I have to film the private React videos for my patrons for the month. I think there's 3 I have to film. But the other thing is, since I'll have a little bit of extra time. I'll take that extra time to work on other stuff behind the scenes, like taxes and stuff that I still need to work on, and make good use of that time. So Sunday night, I will not be here for a late night stream, but then I will still be here Monday and Tuesday. And what we're going to do is one day will be Hogwarts, and one day will either be Wolong or whatever new game we started on Sunday. And then the night streams again will be Like a Dragon Ishin and Oblivion. Okay? So that is the schedule for the week. Okay? I hope that sounds good to everyone. I hope that that's, you know, in line with what you were expecting. And, you know, things could always change on the fly, but that's the end, or the general goal for what I'm going for. Now, I have an update regarding DSP Reacts, because this week, members have been voting on 2 different polls. The first poll is, what is the next long-form React that I'm going to be doing? And we already talked about this, but allow me to reiterate. The next long-form React is going to happen around the end of the month. It's going to be an all-day-long event, just like the Pro Jared documentary React that I did a couple weeks ago. All right, I'm locking it in as of now. The long-form React will be on March 26th. That is a Sunday. Okay, why? Because it makes sense, because if the 25th will be DSP versus the internet, then the 26th could be the long-form React, okay? And the way I'm going to do this is, if you're not aware, there is a giant new release coming out on Friday the 24th. It is Resident Evil 4 Remake. So rather than me not play this game multiple days, I'm going to play Resident Evil 4 Remake all day long that Friday. On Saturday the 25th, we're going to do DSP versus the internet on the first stream, and then the late stream will be more Resident Evil 4 Remake here on DSP Gaming. Then yes, that Sunday the 26th, I will be doing the long form React all day, but then on Monday, it's Resident Evil 4 Remake again as the main stream. So we will get lots of Resident Evil 4 Remake plus a lot of React content that weekend. It's going to be great variety, okay? So anyway, the members, that is people who are channel members, over on DSP React, have been voting on the long-form React event. In addition, for about a day and a half now, they have been voting on a new video for me to make. They want me to basically review something, and we were talking about this over the last few days. You know, what would we be doing? What would you like to see me watch and review over on DSP React? So what I'd like to do, before we get ahead of ourselves, is give you the results of these polls, all right? And that way we can kind of like, you know, solidify what's going to happen this week, okay? So, heading over to DSP React, heading over to the community tab, which is where these polls are located, okay? And refreshing here. First of all, let me give you the update and the results of the poll regarding what you guys would like to see me react to as a review this week, all right? So here were the options. The Batman, which is the Robert Pattinson movie. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie. Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix movie. Peacemaker, the John Cena television series. Or Velma, the cartoon series. All right? 34 votes were cast out of the 71 members that we have. That's less than half. I would hope that people who are channel members over on DSP Reacts would like to exercise their power as members.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much for Logan K for his super chat. He says, why is he talking about a React thing that is 3 whole weeks away on a different channel? No one cares. I mean, I guess he fucking cares because it's his fucking little baby channel to fucking try and hype up and promote and all that shit. But yeah, this is DSP Gaming, and you'd think it'd be good to have the focus on DSP Gaming stuff rather than DSP React stuff. Why not make a special fucking video for DSP React people over there to fucking, I don't know. It's bizarre. His logic for dealing with both channels is kind of strange. He says that memberships are separate and don't fucking carry over. But then he fucking uses DSP Gaming as a fucking place to shill DSP Reacts. It doesn't really make much sense to me, really. But, yeah, as is Phil, he's a professional YouTuber, he knows what he's doing apparently, so fuck it, power to him, and all that crap. Jesus Christ, man.
People who are channel members over on DSP Reacts would like to exercise their power as members. Alright, now...
So as I'm saying, half of them didn't bother enough to vote. Half of them didn't care. Half of them like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not even going to fucking bother to vote for this shit. Don't care, didn't ask, also fuck you.
I know that maybe some of them only come around on Saturday when we do the live stream, and that's all good, but there's going to be polls like this. that are going to pop up from time to time, and I'm always going to put them on the community tab, and I'm going to try to notify everyone here on the podcast as well. 34 votes. It is what it is. I got to work with what I get, right? I have 71 members, 31 votes, or 34 votes. The votes are as follows. The Batman, 12%. Peacemaker, 12%. Velma, 12%. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, 12. No, I'm kidding. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, 32%. And Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix movie, also 32%. So essentially what we have is a tie between Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Joker. And you may say, well, Phil, how are you going to break this tie? Well, it's very simple. I already watched Joker. That's how I'm breaking the tie. I watched it. So I'm going to be...
What was the point of the poll then? Also, how did you have time to watch it, Phil? Phil, remember, claims he has no fucking spare time today and he has fucking shit, and all of a sudden he has fucking a spare 2 hours or so to watch a fucking movie. What was the point of the poll if you're going to ignore the results of the poll? It just feels disingenuous, Phil. What's the fucking point? Why should members vote if you're not even going to fucking bother to kind of hold the results at? Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's just, voting does not matter when it comes to DSP. There is no vote. It is not democracy on DSP Gaming or DSP Reacts. This is the kingdom of Phil, the king of hate. The king of hate is still the king of hate, which means it's his fucking kingdom to fucking rule over as he fucking sees fit. Nobody has a fucking say on how things fucking work over there.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Barrett Wells for Super Chat. He says, I got to work with what I get. This is Phil's entire life per review. Oh, I'm not making enough to get by on YouTube. Should I get a job? Nah, I'll work with what I get. Pretty much, yeah. And what's he got? A channel is dying. A channel that died he's trying to fucking bring back to life somehow through some sort of fucking necromancy. And also a fucking bunch of deadheads that are going to fucking give pity support to him when he fucking cries and begs for it. That's what Phil has got.
That's how I'm breaking the tie. I watched it. So I'm going to be reviewing the Joaquin Phoenix movie Joker tonight, this very night, over on DSP Reacts. Okay? So it'll be, very similar to my reviews of the Last of Us television series. Just me kind of talking for about however long, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm going to tell you what I think about the movie. All right? I mean, yes, there'll definitely be plot spoilers, and I'll say that in the review as soon as I start. But this is a movie that a ton of people saw back in 2019, and a lot of people had a lot to say about it, and I never saw it until the last 24 hours. Okay? So, I'm going to review...
So he watched it last night then. He watched it on his day off. Phil's day off is meant. I assume Kat watched it with him, surely. At least he could fucking say, I watched it together with my fucking wife. We enjoyed it together. We spent quality time together watching this movie. But funny as fuck, she didn't bother her arse. And she just, Kat played Skyrim. Well, I watched this movie and took notes.
Review it tonight. I hope you guys will check out my review. There you go. Now, here's my hope. On DSP Reacts, I would like to have content 6 days a week, similar to how I have content 6 days a week here on DSP Gaming. Okay? The way I see doing that is DSP versus the internet is a 6-part show. So on the day I stream it, I do 2 parts, and then each day after is 4 parts. And then I should have some kind of a review that I do like on day 5, you see? So, or day 6 actually, that should be. So you'll always have content, and it'll be like 1 day's break from content on DSP Reacts, and then you'll have another day with another video again, or another stream, you see? There will be some exceptions. On any week where I do a long form react, that's going to be split up just like everything else, and likely those are going to end up filling a lot of time. All right. So the way I see it, DSP Reacts is a vibrant channel. You got content on there every day. Now, not every single video is a giant knock it out of the ballpark winner. That's the nature of React content. I'm reacting to things that the members are submitting. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. Case in point, Some of the videos this week from DSP versus the internet did really well. Literally anything where I reacted to like another content creator. So reacting to LTG, reacting to Angry Joe, people seem to like that. Some of the other ones that were just random things, not so much, okay? But I'm happy. I'm happy that people are enjoying the content over there. And I'm now happy to be bringing you reviews because I'm totally okay with maybe once a week watching something. If not twice a week, because if there's not an ongoing weekly show to watch and review, maybe I'll watch like 2 pieces of content a week, you know, maybe 1 movie, 1 show, and then put out like 2 reviews a week over there. I'd be okay with having reviews in my regular rotation of content on DSP Reacts if you guys want it and we'll watch it and support it. So
Such a lazy bastard, man. It's such a fucking, it's so fucking lazy. I'll watch this fucking thing and I'm gonna fucking monetize my fucking thoughts on it rather than telling you how I fucking feel. Jesus fucking Christ, man. I mean, I watched the Joker movie as well. I fucking thought it was a great fucking movie, you know. It was a very interesting take on the Joker, you know. It was a very strange sort of movie. There was a couple of interesting wee twists in there, you know. Things like, you know, things that Joker kind of made up. You thought it was actually happening, but Joker actually made up these scenarios in his head. It was like him imagining it fucking happened, you don't. But it was an interesting fucking movie. But it was a strange kind of origin story movie, but I thought it was a fucking great. It was a great build up. It was a slow build. It was a slow build up. You know, it's one of those movies. If you start watching it at the start, it's kind of hard to get into. But the more and more you get into the movie, you know what I mean, the more it kind of draws you in. And obviously, it just culminates in that fucking brilliant last, like, you know, 30 minutes or so, where he is just fucking essentially just turning into the Joker completely. You know, and it just I really, that's what I'm saying. But it's a hard movie to kind of get into, though, as I said it as well. You know what I mean? So I can see the criticisms of it as well. You know, some people weren't a big fan of the Joker movie. I thought it was quite decent, personally. But there you go. I don't fucking have to fucking charge anyone my fucking thoughts on the matter or fucking what I thought of the movie. I don't have to charge anyone what I thought of it. You know, just there we go. It's fucking free content for you. Phil can't do that, though. No, Phil needs to fucking make that a separate fucking video and have it uploaded to his channel so he can try and monetize that shit. Because that's who he is now. He's going to just fucking watch some random shit on TV, then going to fucking pencil some ideas down for some thoughts for fucking, you know, reacting to some passion so he can fucking tell his dead audience, by the way, guys, this is what I watched this fucking week. What do I think? It was robust. The end.
let me know if you're liking these reviews, okay? I'll be honest, it's kind of funny because I've been reviewing The Last of Us television show every week now for the last month. Every review's done well except this last one. If you actually take a look at the results of the one, episode 8, and you compare it to the results of all the other Last of Us reviews I've done, it's got, like, way less attention. And I really feel the reason why is because the way I titled it. I titled it, "It's the best episode yet," so I don't even have 900 views on the video. But every other review I've done for Last of Us has gotten over 1,000 views. So if I'm positive about it, people don't like it. They just want negativity, right? They just want me to poop on stuff. Well, I'm not going to constantly be pooping. I mean, there will be some pooping. Don't get me wrong. If I'm watching something that I'm not enjoying, I'm going to be critical of it.
Scat Talk was on the card. That would count.
There's been some episodes of The Last of Us that I didn't like, or I didn't like as much. I thought they were weak. This last episode, episode 8, was the best in the series, in my opinion. So I'm going to be honest and say I like it. Now, the finale's coming up this week. This should be interesting because not only am I going to review episode 9, I'm also going to summarize my thoughts on the entire series. So perhaps the series closing review will do better. But I'm curious now, so now I'm not going to be reviewing The Last of Us. I'm going to be reviewing Joker tonight. How will that video do? I'm very curious. Are people actually interested in my thoughts on a lot of different things like this? You know, will people subscribe to the channel as a result? I don't know. I guess the only thing that we can do is try it out and see what happens, right? So Joker review coming tonight. Now, the other poll that is currently going on DSP React is for the long form React event. I'd like to update you all on that. Shane Dawson's story has 26% of the vote. The story of Channel Awesome / The Nostalgia Critic has 11% of the vote. H3 Productions Ethan Klein has 21% of the vote. Ice Poseidon Paul Danino has 8% of the vote. And the follow-up documentary titled The Continual Fall of Wings of Redemption from last year has 30.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money,
Thank you very much for Black Metro Super Chat. He says he's going to thank Arthur as a hero because the whole world was beating him down. Also, all the symbolism will blast over his head like a fighter jet. Yeah, I love all I remember seeing this thing ages ago about the Joker, how there was all these little hidden little references. I think it was acting like a countdown. Like you kept seeing a kind of number in the background, but I think it was like counting down all the time. I can't mind who done the fucking review of it, you know. I don't know who fucking pointed this out, but it generally was like there to fucking see when when they pointed it out, you can actually see it. There's like this kind of strange kind of thing where it's like actually counting down the moment until the Joker becomes the Joker, you know. All these is really, as I'm saying, is a really well made movie, you know what I mean? It's extremely well crafted. And there's certainly times in that movie we actually are, of course, sympathetic to Arthur, you know what I mean? Like, yes, he fucking, you know, he killed someone, but it was self-defense. He fucking tried to fucking, you know, somebody was getting harassed, some woman was getting harassed on a train. Spoilers, by the way, fucking spoilers here, by the way. Some woman's getting harassed on a fucking train. He fucking looks over, he knows this is a bad thing to happen to this woman. She doesn't want to be harassed by some three random fucking guys. He has a strange little laugh tick that he does because he can't help it. So it distracts the three guys. The woman fucks off, essentially. And the three guys mess with him and try to fucking... And he has a gun, though, that was given to him. So he fucking uses it in self-defense. And it turns into him being a fucking evil person. Like, that's how the fucking world saw it. You know, Arthur was the evil person and all that shit, you know what I mean? Because... But you can kind of see, as I'm saying, these movies were trying to fucking paint the... Also, the Joker is fucking a big, massive villain, but there is certainly reasons to at times feel sympathetic towards him in the movie, and it's a very well crafted movie. But that whole movie, especially how it ends, and that interview he does with De Niro playing the fucking chat shows, you know, that is just fucking incredible.
Documentary titled "The Continual Fall of Wings of Redemption" from last year has 34% of the vote. Now that has...
There you go. He's watching Wings of Redemption again. That's the thing. He's watching Wings again.
38 votes. That does mean that more than half of the members over on DSP Reacts have voted on that poll, and that one's been live for over 3 days. That poll will continue to run till the end of this week. Once this week ends, I'll be closing that off, and we're going to lock it in what the next React event will be. If you're a channel member over on DSP Reacts, you're running out of time to vote on that poll and make your voice known. Or maybe you're someone who now is interested in this channel. It's youtube.com/@DSPReacts. And you're here, oh, I want to support the channel, I'll become a member. You have an opportunity to vote, but you have to vote quickly because it will close by the end of this week. So please act now, become a member, and vote. Make your voice known before we lock into what the next long-form React is. As of now, it's the next Rings of Redemption documentary, guys. Okay?
Rings of Redemption? Did he just say Rings of Redemption at first? Brian Arts is asking, is there a we on the bingo card, or is that an unfair? I'd say we would be unfair, and would be unfair, and we would be unfair, because he says that a whole fucking lot. That's like fucking 20 times a fucking stream, baby. That would be way too much.
Okay. By the way, that one's even much longer than the last one. This one's over 2 hours long. Good lord. Alright, so that is the update on all of the React stuff as of now. Alright, and remember, the next React stream, Saturday, mainstream DSP versus the internet. I hope you'll join me over there, 12:45 p.m. Pacific time. Okay? Alright, continuing on, now we're going to get to other topics. We're done with the schedule. You know what's funny? My mouth is bothering me today for stupid reasons. Did you ever eat something that like scraped or cut the roof of your mouth, and it just is annoying for...
Oh my god. He's honestly he's like a fucking child. Oh my fucking god. Guys, I fucking had a fucking bit of chip and it hurt the top of my fucking mouth because I'm an old fucking person that's falling apart. Pity me and give me money. My mouth is sore.
Like a day or two. So yesterday my wife and I ordered Mexican food for the...
Of course you fucking did. These broke ass bitches of course are ordering DoorDash once again. Remember, it's too big bills to pay, but they must get a DoorDash.
First time in a long time. And we got a bunch of tortilla chips with salsa. And I'm eating these tortilla chips, these restaurant quality fresh tortilla chips. And one of them just went, like, scraped the top of my mouth in the back over here. And it hurts. It's inflamed. Like,
Phil, that's not your mouth, that's your throat. That's not the top of your mouth. The top of your mouth, Phil. Okay. Quick little biology lesson here, guys. The top of your mouth is in this kind of region here, you know? It's like below your nose. Not far below your nose, you know what I mean? Is at the top of the mouth is, here, here. This is called the throat. This is where, if some detractors get away, they'd love to fucking draw the knife. That's the throat. Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you think it's a thumbnail worthy? It could be, Hold on.
Scraped.
So let's just see, hold on.
Tortilla chips, these restaurant
We
quality
need to find a right good frame.
fresh tortilla chips. And one of them just went, scraped the top of my mouth in the back over here.
This one's saying he's definitely literally pointing to his throat and he's saying it scraped the top of his... For fuck's sake.
And it hurts.
So hold on.
One of them just went,
I'm just saying, we need to pick the perfect fucking frame. I could be there, actually. How about that? We'll try that as a fucking frame. It's like he's trying to self-diagnose it at doctors or something. Hold on. This might not even work too well. It depends if the... I don't have a website at hand. Hold on. I need to get a website. 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Remove background. There's a website there. Fantastic. That's it. Go. Cool stuff. Hold on. It's not a bad thumbnail. I've had worse. Let's see if it goes okay. Let's see if it looks okay. That works well. Yeah, there we go. There's a possibility for a thumbnail.
scraped the top of my mouth in the back over here, and it hurts. It's inflamed. I fucking hate that, and it's been bothering me all night. And now it's bothering me today as I'm talking here on stream. I'm like, oh, it's gonna bother me all day, isn't it? It's so annoying. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. Phil's day off. Let's talk about the schedule, or the day off. Let's talk about the schedule. Let's talk about my day off yesterday, shall we? So yesterday was my day off from. Oh, wait a minute. It's time for a little segment I like to call Phil's Day Off. Well, there you go. So, yesterday was my day off from streaming. Yesterday, I didn't do a heck of a lot outside of the house, outside of the absolute necessities. Why? Because I told you last week going on, I was completely strapped. Like, no exaggeration.
Oh. Ordering Mexican food is not an absolute necessity. Someone needs to tell this fool that ordering Mexican food or any DoorDash is not an absolute necessity.
I was like down to the last dollar penny pinching, trying to make ends meet so I could have my day off and do everything that I needed to do. There's actually some things that we absolutely need to do, and we held off on doing them, you know, for as long as we can now because I couldn't afford it. It's just life. Sometimes you have weeks like that, right? And that's okay. That's life. That's the nature of the beast of adult life, is that sometimes you're going to have everything's going great, you got excess, and sometimes you don't have enough, and you got to kind of cut corners. And that's exactly what we had to do this week. We had to cut corners.
This is not anyone's fucking business, Phil. No one needs to fucking know this. You're just fucking telling people so they can fucking pity you for fuck's sake. Oh my fucking god. Do you think you'd be fucking saying this if it was the other way around? Do you think you'd be fucking bragging about how fucking much money he's fucking got if he actually fucking was flush with cash? Do you think you'd be going like, guys, sometimes this is fucking life, you got more money than you know what to fucking do with, so of course I fucking ordered DoorDash out the fucking ass, and of course I did whatever I fucking wanted to do. We did whatever we fucking wanted because we actually had who had more money than usual. Because you guys are so fucking much more generous than usual to me when I asked fucking money, we did more than we fucking anticipated we could do because we were flush with cash. Phil would never talk like that. Because his fucking whole shtick, his whole gimmick, is him fucking needing their money. When can you ever remember Phil fucking talking about him doing well financially? It's always a years ago story. It's always him fucking referring to the fucking past when he was with fucking machinima. How much fucking better life was for him years ago before the fucking detractors ruined his life. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. We've all got fucking financial worries, Phil. We've all got fucking things to deal with financially. Christ almighty, man. As I'm saying, I guess to the fucking stage, me and Phil have technically me and Phil have roughly the summer periods.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Black Metro Super Chat. He says, that's life, dude. Now tip me, damn it. Jesus Christ, man. Pretty much, yeah. Phil has to, if I keep in mind, Phil still has those 2 big bills I think he has to take care of. It's the same for every fucking cunt, no. Listen, Phil gets paid on the 21st by YouTube. I get paid by my employer, the bank, on the 20th. So we have similar paydays, except, you don't see me fucking begging for tips profusely fucking in between paydays to try and fucking make ends meet. Is it tempting to? Sometimes, but I don't fucking do it because it's not your fucking problem. It's just what I'm saying, Phil, it's not the fucking audience's problem to fucking do it. He just goes naturally all into it and fucking reminds his chat time and time again, by the way, guys, money is fucking tight, that's life, that's just how it is. By the way, I'm having no money, guys, just letting you guys know, just letting chat know, if I didn't have a lot of money, this is not a bigment, this is not me asking for tips, I'm just letting you guys know because I'm honest and transparent. Phil, it comes across as absolute fucking desperation for you, for fuck's sake. It comes across so needy when you fucking keep reminding your fucking chat how broke your ass is right now.
Sometimes you don't have enough and you got to kind of cut corners. And that's exactly what we had to do this week. We had to cut corners because it was a slower week. I mean, I've told you the past couple of weeks, actually, there's been a lot of slower days when it comes to things like support on the streams. And that's just a matter of fact. And there's nothing you can do about it. All right. You're not going to sit here. It's not the end of the world. But at the same time, yeah, it has negatively affected me. So basically, I went grocery shopping and I penny pinched. We basically said, well, what do we have in the house that we can use to make a meal right now? We're like, oh, we already had some leftover ingredients from this and this. Maybe we could put those together and just get this one other component and make a meal out of it. You see? So that's kind of what we did for a couple of days to try to save some money. And I had to go to the pet store this week because Jasper was out of dry food. So right there, the bag of dry food's over $20, And, a few other things here or there. Nothing too crazy. But basically, I was out and about doing my thing. But mostly yesterday was a day when I stayed home and I watched Kat play the entirety of Life is Strange True Colors. Yes, she had never played a Life is Strange game before. And she was looking for a game on Game Pass the night before because she had beaten Hogwarts Legacy and she's looking for something else to play. And I told her, I said, I think you're going to like the game. Even if you can put up with the cringy, hipsterish, really silly stuff that's in the game, it's not overbearingly pounding you with that hipsterish stuff. If you can get past that, you'll probably really enjoy the game because I actually felt that the game was a great story. So, it took a little bit of convincing, but she decided to give it a shot. She played the entirety of the game yesterday, 10 hours, because she liked it so much she couldn't stop playing it. And yes, we laughed together at the hilarious parts of the ridiculousness of it, because there are ridiculous parts of it where the writing is really bad, where the characters are just obnoxious. But that's the thing. If there's a game where that's not overbearing, and that's not the majority of the game, then you can put up with it. And that's the difference between, I feel, Life is Strange True Colors and Life is Strange 2. Life is Strange 2 is like this constant, overbearing theme of, oh, all these Americans in America are racist, and they hate you if you're not white. And I'm watching, I'm like, yes, there are people like that. Don't get me.
Look in a mirror.
Me wrong, there are absolutely people like that in America who are racist idiots, but it doesn't constitute the entirety of America.
Jesus fucking Christ. Phil is like the fucking master of generalizations. You're either with him or you're against him. And here he is fucking going, that generalization is not fucking fair because it means people might think of me as a fucking racist. Phil, you are a fucking racist. You were a fucking racist. You were back in fucking 2013. You are today. You are still a goddamn racist piece of fucking shit.
But if you played Life is Strange 2, you sure as hell would think that. Because, literally in every episode of Life is Strange 2, the two brothers are encountering people who hate them because of their race. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen and so misrepresentative of what America really is. So, when you play Life is Strange True Colors, it's not like that. There are some really ridiculous things there, but at the same time, again, you can kind of roll with it, laugh with it, and it's absolutely not that overbearing, and the plot is great. And by the way, this is the most modern one. It's from a couple years back. The graphics are pretty good for it, and I actually really like some of the gameplay elements as well. Kat actually loved it. I was really happy that she did because that was a game that I really enjoyed on stream a couple years ago when it was new, and I'm very happy that she enjoyed it as much as I did. So basically, it was a good chill day together where I kind of watched her play, and it was fun to watch because of the narrative, but also gameplay elements, and it was a very good chill time together with my wife. I really enjoyed that. And like I said, for dinner we ordered Mexican food. We haven't had it in many months. The last time that we ordered Mexican, so here's the thing. This is the drawback of ordering food through any of these delivery apps. okay? So we like this particular Mexican restaurant in our area. We find it to be the best one, okay? There is one that is near our local mall, okay? And that's the one that we go to. And if we're out and about, that's where we would eat if we were going to get Mexican food. We go to that restaurant physically. Well, it's a chain. And sadly, when you have a chain, okay, sometimes each piece of the chain, each franchise is not equivalent. And I've talked about that over the last couple of years, how franchises in America are very weird, because you could go to one place that says it's the same business and walk in and get one experience, and then literally walk on the other side of town, walk into another one that's the same franchise, supposed to be the same business, and get completely different quality, service, and everything. It's very weird that these franchises don't enforce consistency in their business. They absolutely should, and they don't. It's pretty pathetic. So in this case, all right, we had always been ordering Mexican food from this one restaurant. And then, I believe it was last year, it was late last year, we decided to order again, and the food came from a different chain.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much for Logan for the super chat. It says, haven't we heard this saga before? You are right, we have. Phil Bitch and Wind, way back in the day, it was like fucking a few months ago, I think, or something at least. They wanted Mexican food. And they had the Mexican food they had last time was fucking wonderful. It was glorious, you know. It was properly packaged, you know. It was quite fresh. It was nice and robust, you know. And plus, it was great. They really loved it. They ordered it a second time, and yeah, it came from a different place apparently, and it was shit. It wasn't fucking looked after well. The food wasn't that great. It wasn't packaged great. And Phil was a very upset little piggy. This little piggy was crying all fucking night at his poor DoorDash experience.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, first of all, to Black Mage for super chat. He says, I have no money, so I spent $70 on DoorDash. You know, it's funny, I mean, it probably wasn't too far off from 70 fucking bucks. It's hard to fucking tell. I mean, I don't know, who fucking knows how much it fucking was, you know what I mean? But knowing Phil, between $35 and $75, you know, that kind of ballpark figure, I think. So, yeah, it could be. And thank you very much to Barrett Wells as well for the super chat. It says, Phil, the only thing consistent about you is begging and being dressed in pyjamas. Those are two very consistent things with Phil Burnell, yeah. Him always wearing pyjama bottoms, and him always fucking begging.
I believe it was last year, it was late last year, we decided to order again, and the food came from a different chain, or excuse me, a different franchise location, because there is another one that's about equal distant from the one that we would usually get the food from, but little did we know, this one was far inferior. So to give you some perspective, sometimes we order Mexican food, and if we ordered from the good one, it would come in a big, nice, deep black plastic container, a big, deep dish with a snap-on lid, sectional. So let's say you were ordering, I don't know, enchiladas. Your enchiladas would come in one section, your beans would be in one section, and your rice would be in one section, all nicely contained in this container, and it would be nice and neat, and everything would be good, okay? Chips, they always come with chips. Salsa always comes with free salsa, okay? Always, free, you don't have to pay for it, just comes with it complimentary from this restaurant. So we ordered, this was last year, we ordered from the same restaurant. It shows up, it's all in tin foil. Literally, nothing is separated.
Boo-hoo. I'm going to go speed this sumbitch up to 1.5. Because fuck you, Phil. We're bypassing 1.25. Because fuck you, Phil, for repeating the same old goddamn fucking stories.
Everything has become one amalgamated gloopy mess, all leaked and seeping together. The packages are leaking in the bag, going absolutely everywhere. They're covered in sauce, just disgusting. No chips, no salsa. Like, what the hell is this? It's the same restaurant, supposedly. So we looked into it. For some reason, the delivery app chose to get from a different location rather than the one that would always get it for us. So it's been many, many months since we ordered Mexican food because we just don't want to deal with a bad, inferior restaurant. So on a whim, we tried a different one last night, and it was good. We actually each got a burrito. I got like a chicken fajita burrito, and she got some kind of a burrito that had beef and stuff in it, and it was great. It was flavorful, and we got tortilla chips, we got salsa. That's how I cut the roof of my mouth here with a freaking chip. So So that was it was a relaxing day off. It was a nice relaxing day off, watching Cat play Life is Strange True Colors, and just, you know, chilling. And I actually had a good day yesterday. It was quite good. Unlike a few other days where it's very stressful because I have a million things to do or whatever, it was actually not a nice day off. I was very pleased with how the day off went yesterday. So there you go. Okay. So, Silvagen, I love nonsense like this. Oh, you sound like a Karen right now. So if you complain about anything at all in regards to customer service, you're a Karen now. Okay, so you're stupid. No, if you're paying...
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's him mocking his chat right there. That's him mocking his chat right, absolutely. He's not quite being toxic yet, but he's definitely mocking his chat.
Money for a service or a...
I don't want to rewind it just to get full disclosure. So right now, he's not been toxic yet, but he's almost there.
Silvagen, I love nonsense like this. Oh, you sound like a Karen right now. So if you complain about anything at all in regards to customer service, you're a Karen now. Okay, so you're stupid. No, if you're paying money for a service or a good or both, and you're getting a certain level of quality for that amount of money, why would you not be upset if you paid exactly the same amount of money and got something far, far inferior? Is it not your right as a consumer to then demand better? If you think it's not your right and you're a Karen, you're an idiot. You're actually stupid. I'm sorry. You're just a dummy. So, Silvagen, you should retract your statement because you're still really stupid right now. Thank you very much.
What about you, though, Phil? You fucking want $150 fucking dollars just to fucking wear a vest. To me, that is not a worthwhile fucking investment in the product the fucking audience are fucking getting from you, DSP Gaming. Double standards, me thinks.
Okay. Anyway, that was my day off. Nothing too special to talk about, right? What I would like to do is talk about game news because today we've got a lot of news stories to cover. Okay. All right, let's talk about these news stories because man, a lot has happened. Okay. Excuse me. Let's talk. First of all, should I talk about the biggest one? Well, maybe I'll save it for the end. The biggest one I might save for the end. I'll try to go in order here. I'll try to go in order. We have 2 news stories in regards to Resident Evil 4 Remake. We'll start with these. The first story is a leak, okay? Twitch, in all of its wisdom, because we all know that Twitch TV is such a professional business, they really know what they're doing, right? Excuse me. I'm sorry. I had a laughing fit. I must have seen the Joker movie, and now I also have the laughing fit that poor Arthur Fleck has all the time. Anyway, excuse me. So Twitch accidentally started running advertisements early, you know, because they really know what they're doing. The advertisement is as follows. Resident Evil 4 Remake demo is available right now. Go play it. What? No, it's not. There hasn't even been an announcement that there's going to be a demo. But today, there's supposed to be a Capcom Spotlight event this afternoon. And although the majority of it is supposed to be about Monster Hunter, which I could give 2 craps about, the speculation is that they're going to announce that there is a Resident Evil 4 demo going live today. And once that announcement is made during the Spotlight event, then you're going to see that demo drop on all the digital services and you'll be able to download and play it, okay? So, that's hilarious to me that Twitch is running an ad that the demo is live now available, and you know, they're basically complete idiots, spoiling everything because they're so unprofessional. They can't even keep their ads straight. They're so desperate to start running ads to make ad revenue on that site, you know, because they're so desperate for money because they have no idea how to operate a business that they have to, you know, basically break street date of the ad.
There's so much hypocrisy on this fucking stream. I'm not saying Phil's wrong here, but can he not see the fucking, can he not understand that he's basically a fucking, the fucking content creator version of Twitch in this scenario? He who fucking decides to sometimes monetize his audience when he goes for a little piss break because sometimes he has to fucking take a shit and he's going to be away a bit longer than usual. I am going to monetize you this time because I have to take a big fucking massive shite and play my fucking mobile game. Well, let you guys wait 15 fucking minutes at least for me to get back. In between podcast and fucking starting gameplay.
That's just hilarious. Okay, so there you have it. Twitch up to their usual shenanigans of not knowing what the hell they're doing. What a shocker. But another piece of news has come out in regards to Resident Evil 4 Remake. You may not even be aware of this one. So how many of you shop at GameStop still? Raise your hands right now if you still shop at GameStop. I don't shop at GameStop anymore, so I'm going to put my hand down. But how many of you still shop at GameStop? Put your hands up.
I am going to predict right now, going to fucking tell people to put their hands down because I can't see them. Anyone else want to guess that's going to be the fucking joke here? Phil loves making this fucking joke for some fucking reason. It's a fucking expected joke by now. I'm half tempted to fucking put it on the card sometimes, but it doesn't do it enough.
Okay, you have your hands up? Well, I can't see your hands. This is the internet. I can't see you. Put your hands down. What's your problem?
Genius. And what amazing creativity. Who saw that coming?
But the reason I wanted you to do that is I want to let you understand something. We've been talking about this for years and years and years, okay? GameStop is not what it used to be. GameStop used to be this premier game store where if you wanted to get anything gaming, a console, an accessory, a game, a strategy guide, a piece of swag, or anything you're looking for, it was your one-stop shop. GameStop was the place to be. It was also the place we would pre-order all the newest releases coming out. It was also the place we would trade in your games to get credit back. When I first started as a YouTuber 15 years ago, for the first, I would say 5 years, 6 years even, yeah, GameStop was a regular place where I would visit, okay? And I would always buy games there and trade them in there, okay? And I made a lot of money doing it. Don't get me wrong. Like some weeks, I would buy 3-4 new games, play through 3 of them, have the full playthroughs up on YouTube, trade them in, and get like half of my money back, if not more. So it was like an extended rental. I got to unbox it and everything. It was pretty great. And then, you know, GameStop's business model imploded on itself during the digital age. When everything went digital, most people now are actually buying digital rather than physical. It's just a fact. And because of that, their business model is imploding. Now, dead to rights, they should have been out of business at least twice in the last 5 years. But the thing is, companies keep bailing them out. I mean, I think Microsoft was the latest one that went and invested a ton of money in the company, literally for no good reason. It doesn't make any sense. But I guess people just like a relic of the past, all right? So why am I bringing up GameStop on the show today? Because, ladies and gentlemen, you may not even be aware of this. If you pre-order Resident Evil 4 Collector's Edition, Resident Evil 4 Remake Collector's Edition, excuse me, at GameStop, whether in-store or online, you probably aren't getting it. As of yesterday, GameStop started sending out a slew of emails.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Black Metro Super Chat. He says, did he just call the existence of a demo spoilers? I think he's calling the announcement of the demo spoilers. Apparently nobody was aware this demo was going to exist until Twitch accidentally ran an ad earlier than intended, it seems. That's the story Phil's telling anyway, that Twitch ran ads earlier than planned for this Resident Evil demo that was apparently going to be announced today in some capacity for some Capcom event. So he's saying that Twitch spoiled the news of a demo happening.
Online, you probably aren't getting it. As of yesterday, GameStop started sending out a slew of emails to customers apologizing, stating they're not actually getting the game, and therefore you're not getting it. Wait, what? Yes, apparently GameStop is getting an incredibly limited quantity of Resident Evil 4 Remake Collector's Edition. They massively oversold it in the hopes that they would acquire more inventory. They did not. They have very little, and therefore you're actually more lucky to get the game if you pre-ordered at GameStop than not. Yes, thousands upon thousands of people have had their pre-orders canceled. All right. Now, is it a huge big deal? I mean, no, it really only affects you if you're getting the collector's edition. Now, how many people were getting the collector's edition? Did you see what comes in the thing? It's like a Leon Kennedy model, you know, a metal, like a big box or something with art tin shit. It's like, what is all this, right? And in reality, does it have much value? No, these collector's editions are something I used to get all the time back in the day. Why? Because I was looking for content for YouTube. So by doing a release day unboxing video, which is what I used to call it, and unboxing these collector's editions, I would be basically showing you all the stuff in them and see, geez, is it worth the value? What's the quality of the statue? And then a lot of the times I would add that collectible, whether it was a statue or whatever, to my actual backdrop that I used to put on in my content back in the day, over a decade ago. So back then there was value for me as a content creator, but over the years, so the value would go down and down. Sometimes you buy these collector's editions, they don't even come with the game. Yeah, I know. Can you believe that? You would buy the collector's edition and it would just be collectibles and no game. That's pretty stupid, okay? But essentially, number one, I don't think there's value to this anyway. Just being honest, after having been there, done that. Unless you're a super fan of Resident Evil 4, I don't see why you would want to buy the collector's edition and spend so much extra money. But I just find it funny because this is a case in point where GameStop might actually make money on a game sale. You guys may not realize it, but a lot of these stores don't make money on game sales. If they do, it's negligible. It's a couple dollars a copy, right? But in the case of a collector's edition, with all of that other stuff packaged in, let's say, I have no clue how much this cost, but let's say it was $200. Chances are, if you're selling a video game, and the video game retails for $79.99, your business probably paid like $62.99 for it, or more. So maybe you're making a handful of dollars on a game sale. But on a collector's edition, if it's retails for $199.99, $200, likely you're paying like $120 on it. So you're making $80 of profit on every single collector's edition you sell. So the fact that GameStop couldn't acquire enough inventory to fulfill actual pre-orders is hilarious. They're shooting themselves in the foot as a business. They're actually, because they're just inept at this point as a business, they're supposed to be the brick and mortar company for games, and they can't even get the games to sell. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, that's pretty impressive. You know, so it's sad because how many gamers now thought they were getting it and they're not because they trusted GameStop, because GameStop used to be the biggest company. It's $250. Oh my God! Austin Sam says actually, Phil, the collector's edition is $250. Oh my God, that's a lot of extra money for a little Leon Kennedy, you know, statue figure thing, man. That's so expensive. Anyway, yikes. So there you go. If you did pre-order it, you might want to check your pre-order status. It might have been canceled. They might have actually sent you an email and you didn't even realize it. Okay? Now we're going to get to, well, let's talk about this. Okay? as we all know, the ongoing drama of Microsoft trying to acquire Activision Blizzard continues. We have all these now worldwide authority figures and regulatory bodies basically reviewing the deal. Some of them seem to be okay with it. Yes, let's have it go through. Seems fine. And others are like, no, we don't think so. We think this perhaps could become a giant monopoly, and this could threaten the free market of video games. And one of the biggest critics and or opponents of this merger is Sony itself. Of course, the direct competitor to Microsoft, okay? Now, a lot of people have questioned Sony's motives. A lot of people have said, I wonder why. There's a situation where Sony would really be opposing this. Sony's much bigger than Microsoft kind of in the game space. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the market share of PlayStation versus Xbox, PlayStation right now has more market share. So why is Sony so afraid of them buying out Activision Blizzard? And of course, there's been all these different rationales. So here we go again. We have two new legs to this story. The first new leg is that Sony submitted documentation to the UK's Competition and Market Authority saying that Microsoft could, not that they would, but they could make games such as the Call of Duty franchise unappealing to play on a Sony console. Now, how could they do that? Well, perhaps they could raise the price so it's more expensive only on a Sony console. I don't see how that would ever happen, quite frankly. Can you imagine if the same game is coming out on Xbox as on PlayStation, but for some reason it's $10 more on PlayStation, but it's the same game? I don't think that would ever happen. That sounds like horseshit to me. Now, you could argue, what about Game Pass? Well, yeah, that absolutely could be an issue. You know what I'm saying? So, in that case, I would say, yeah, but that's because you don't have a competitor to Game Pass. You tried with PlayStation Plus Premium and you're failing. You're not offering the games. That's on you, though. That's not on Microsoft. You see? So the other thing that they're saying is, just listen to this. They could purposely release a buggy build of the game on PlayStation. That's right. I'm not kidding. These are actual official submitted documents to a regulatory body in the UK. Sony thinks that Microsoft will sabotage Call of Duty so it will purposely run worse on PlayStation and people will buy it more on a Microsoft console. The thing that makes this so ultimately ironic of a story is that it has been Sony who has been paying Activision Blizzard for about a decade to get exclusive content only on the PlayStation consoles, or earlier than that content will release on the Xboxes. So Sony literally has been doing this business practice that they're afraid of for a decade, but now that Microsoft might do it, not even that they said that they would do it, the fact that they might do it is so scary to Sony, they're protesting. I don't think they have a leg to stand on here. Like, it just seems like a bunch of them whining because they're not getting their way. Oh, wah. They're buying my Activision Blizzard, and now, you know, wah. Like, dude, it's called business, man. I mean, you did this for 10 years. You're the ones who were kind of cutthroat for 10 years when it came to Call of Duty. And now that your competitor wants to do it, you're going to stamp and cry like a little whiny brat? And it's been going on now for like a year, and it still continues. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, wah. And what I would hope is that these regulatory bodies will wake up and realize that's all it is. This is not a situation that Sony really has a legal ground to stand on. It's just them complaining that it looks like they're going to kind of lose out on an opportunity, and it's their fault. They're the ones being left in the dust on purpose because they didn't see the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. HoboX is saying, a fun fact, Sony did that buggy port releasing themselves on the Xbox. OG Xbox? Yeah, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that. I'm just getting it from HoboX from the chat. But okay. But that's not the end of the story. All right? Listen to this. Now, this is supposedly fact, but I don't know. The way that I've been reading this story, it sounds like hearsay to me. People are saying that the CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, whose name is Jim Ryan, was overheard in Brussels, okay, saying the following: I don't want a new Call of Duty deal. I just want to block your merger. According to Activision executive Lulu Cheng Meservey. The comment was apparently made on February 21st, the day behind closed doors meetings were held with the European Union. So literally, he said, I don't even care about Call of Duty. I just don't want you to get ahead on the market. Right? It could be real. I don't know. Again, how do you confirm or deny this stuff? I don't know. But it just seems pretty petty, and it seems pretty pathetic. Especially when you're still the market leader. They're so afraid that they're not going to be the market leader. You know what I mean? Like, they're that terrified. Jeez. Okay, continuing on. We have a slew of game delays to talk about. Our first game delay is a game that we were all wondering if and when it would actually release. A game that we've all been talking about for months, saying, are we ever getting any new dates or any new information about this? Ladies and gentlemen, we have an update on Starfield. Yes, finally we have a concrete update on Starfield. That is the next upcoming game from Bethesda, the one that's been in development for like 15,000 years. Excuse me, or at least it feels that way. It got delayed again. Yes, Starfield was supposedly coming out in the first half of this year. It has now officially been delayed until September 6th. Now, the other piece of news is that supposedly Starfield will have a big expose, reveal, tell-all event coming up on June 11th. So, after that very little bit of information they gave us about the game last year, and it was sadly to me unimpressive. It kind of looked like a combination of No Man's Sky and Fallout, and that's not good in my opinion. It's just not. It didn't even look innovative to me at all. It just looked like they slept.
The more I think about it, I've been kind of letting this thought kind of just float about my head for a while now here, while I was talking about that kind of Sony sabotage possibility. Do you think that Wolong was free on Game Pass because it runs poorly on Xbox compared to PS5 and PC? Because it seems like it's running so much better on PS5 and PC, but it's not free on those platforms, so you still need to fucking buy it. But it is free on Game Pass right now, a brand new fucking game. Brand new fucking game, free on Game Pass. But to me that's a bit strange. The fact that it was free immediately on Game Pass. But the fact that it actually runs quite poorly compared to PS5 might explain why that game is free, because it's an inferior version of the game. I don't know. I'm thinking about Wolong here, just in general. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about fucking the controversial Jim Ryan quote, you know, which may or may not be fucking true. But I'm just kind of thinking here that the fact of the matter is, I don't know. Phil, keep in mind, I've never fucking played the game myself. It's just I'm going by Phil's fucking complaints. But to me, it always struck me as kind of strange that it's free on Game Pass, which is still costs money, I know. But it's strange, it's like a brand new fucking game, whatever. But you know, it runs perfectly fine on PS5, but it runs questionable at times on Xbox. I don't know. I'm probably wrong on it, but I just kind of thought this fucking floating about my head there. But fuck it, I'm probably wrong. Brian Hart says, I don't know about the different platforms, but he'll probably complain about anything that would cause him to have to spend an extra $1 on his actual business. Yeah, completely true.
Slapped two franchises together, and it didn't look that good at all. It actually looked quite bad, in my opinion. That was my opinion, though. A lot of people disagreed with me. So apparently in June is when we get our next big update on the game. I guess we're going to judge from what, people say there, what'll happen with this game. My prediction, if they show stuff at June 11th that looks good and everyone agrees collectively it looks good, they will still release in September. But my prediction is, if they showcase this game on June 11th and everyone says, wow, that still looks terrible, they're going to delay it even further. I almost feel like they have no real pressure at this point to release it for some reason. I don't know why, but when you've got a game like this that it's floating around in ambiguity for so long, and it's getting delayed and pushed back, they're not showing any information, it makes me feel like, almost like it's a fluid project. You know what I'm saying? Not to say they don't have most of the game done, but it almost feels to me like, if they really were crunched to have this game released or whatever, they would have done it already. So, it almost feels, that's what I'm saying, like a lot of these times these games have these big reveal events, and then what happens, like Halo Infinite had its reveal event. People laughed at how bad it looked, they delayed it a year, and then the game ended up being good. For 2 months, and then it flopped because they never updated it. Excuse me, what was that? I heard a faint noise like there was a ghost in the room or something. This happens now in the industry. So, that's what I'm feeling. We'll see what happens, but Starfield now apparently not coming out until September, and we're going to have a big event in June to reveal the actual game, okay? The other piece of information, now this is an interesting one, that, honestly, I was just saying this the other day, right? Ladies and gentlemen, this is breaking news. I don't know if you've heard it. Now, it hasn't been 100% confirmed yet, so it could be false, but there's breaking news. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League is getting a big delay. That it's no longer going to be released in May like it was supposed to. It's getting bumped at the very earliest to the fall, if not getting indefinitely delayed. Okay? Why? Because they did that big gameplay reveal of it a week or two ago, and everyone criticized it and said, this game looks like a cheesy, generic third-person shooter. Personally, I said it looks like Agents of Mayhem or Fortnite, remember? And I said, that doesn't impress me. It doesn't even look like each character is unique. It just looks like floaty third-person shooter, shoot the glowy spot gameplay. That doesn't resonate with me as a DC game. How could the same studio that made amazing standout games like the Arkham trilogy then make a generic shooter? And a lot of people have actually, after the fact, said, well, you know what it is? It looks like a games as a service game. It looks like the same route they were going with Avengers, the same route they were going with all these other games, or like Gotham Knights, but then they changed Gotham Knights at the last minute, right? So apparently the backlash of how this game looked was so negative that now the game has become indefinitely delayed and does not have a current release date. But it hasn't been 100% announced yet. Like Rocksteady hasn't come out and said, yes, it's true, the game's delayed. Apparently this is behind the scenes rumblings this morning. And I guess we'll have to wait and see later today or tomorrow if we'll get confirmation or denial. Right now it is currently scheduled for, hold on. It is currently scheduled for May 26th. But it's not looking very likely like it's actually going to come out at that date. It actually looks way less likely, like it's baloney, and it will be delayed at this point, okay? So, I guess we'll see. Like I said, to me, the thing that looked the best about that game was the story. I thought a story where Brainiac, comes in, and, sorry, my neck is very stiff today, it's bothering me. Brainiac comes in from space, somehow finds a way to mind control the Justice League, makes them his essential slaves, and is basically taking over the planet, and now you have to have their greatest villains team up to try to take them out. Like, the first mission is break Lex Luthor out of prison, so that now Lex Luthor can help you take down the Justice League. Like, that's an interesting plot. But if all the gameplay's floating around shooting stupid weak points, then the game's gonna suck, Very grindy, repetitive games as a service nonsense that we don't want. But here's what it seems has happened, all right? Let's be honest. The last 5 years, everyone tried to go the games as a service route, and every game is failing. Every single game is failing that went games as a service. We have multiple games such as that knockout dodgeball game, that, what was it, the Rumbleverse? The one where it's all people, like wrestlers fighting in a giant city, Battle Royale style. Those are games as a service. Those all failed within a year or two. They're gone or are closing down. And now we've got these large-scale ones, too. Avengers tried it and failed miserably. It's failure after failure after failure. It's almost like everyone collectively decided to make the same kind of game, but they didn't actually do market research to see if that's what people wanted. And then once all the games started releasing after years of development, they all flopped because no one wanted that game. Like, how stupid is that? There's been fads over time. Ever since I became a YouTuber. When I started off on YouTube, the biggest fad on YouTube in 2008 was zombie games. Because you had Left 4 Dead, right? And Left 4 Dead 2. And then you had a million kind of games that tried to spin off of that. Then you had the Walking Dead Telltale series. Like, for 5 years, every game was zombie game, right? And it kind of culminated with the Wii U version of Zombie U, which flopped, and then it ended. That was like, it was like Zombie U was such a flop, it just went, and no one cared anymore. The only exception to the rule being Call of Duty Zombies every year, right? Outside of that, people just didn't care about zombies anymore. It was played out, much like the Walking Dead television show, okay? But then after then, it's been like fad after fad after fad. Every few years, there's a new fad. I remember within 2 years of me, being a YouTuber, everyone wanted to make an action-based first-person shooter game. Whether it was a Wolfenstein spin-off, that game Bulletstorm, you know, working on the Doom reboot, Call of Duty was at the height of its popularity, Battlefield games were very popular. It was like everything was a first-person shooter. Everything had to be a first-person shooter. Then that died out, and then you had the era of the cooperative looter shooters, right? So you started the era of games like any Tom Clancy game, right? There's like 400 of them that played like that, among other, you know, these co-op games, and they were very popular for like 3 to 5 years. And then all of a sudden it was Battle Royale, and Battle Royale became the big fad. Now I would actually say it's not necessarily a big fad anymore, but what's the next game that's going to be this like this viral sensation game because of streamers? So, you know, I mean, you could argue Fortnite was the beginning of that, but then Fortnite started kind of the Battle Royale craze, right? But then after that, you had games like Fall Guys, Among Us, right? Then it was Cult of the Lamb. You got to keep going to like 3 to 5, and there's another one that just came out recently. That all the fat, isn't it? Son of the Forest or something like that. Again, it's a game that you never heard of. Then all of a sudden, it's like white hot popular because all the streamers are playing it. And then within a few months, it's dropped, and no one ever talks about it again. Like no one gives a shit about Fall Guys anymore. Who talks about Cult of the Lamb? You know, that's what I mean. Like that's what it seems to be now. There's like these weird short-term fad games, and that's the fad itself is short-term fads, right? Anyway, so there you go. But anyway, I've seen all these fads over the years, but why did every game development company and every publisher decide that games as a service was going to be the new model? Here's the thing. Games as a service works with this. Anything on a phone. Because when you play a game on a phone, you're going into it with a preconceived notion. That is not going to be a full-fledged, epic, well-designed story or anything. When you play a mobile game, you're essentially saying, I'm going to jump on my phone and I'm going to, you know, mash on the phone for like an hour. And a lot of those games are meant to just be time killers, right? I've actually seen, there's a game on there I've seen. I didn't play it. Isn't it called like AFK or something? Like the premise of the game is that you don't play it. The premise of the game is you download it and you actively do a few things and then the game just plays itself all day. You see? But that's the ultimate games as a service where basically you're playing a mobile game and you're just grinding, and then you need to spend in order to stay afloat in the competitive nature of whatever that game is. And you know, every game's a little different with how that works. But that's the idea with those games is you're always going to have a revenue stream into the game to keep it going. Now the thing is, in the short term, it's not a big deal. A lot of these games have these like subscription-based plans. Pay $10 a month and you get this certain amount of gameplay, this certain amount of items in the game, this or that, and then people just will drop that. The thing is, once you have that game for a year or two, you already spent hundreds of dollars on it. You don't even realize it. And then, of course, every once in a while, oh, spend just $1 today, special deal, do this microtransaction and get this extra special value or whatever. And next thing you know, you've spent more money on a stupid game that's supposed to be a time killer than you've spent on any game on PC or console in the last 2 years. What did I just do? I didn't even realize it because I was doing it over time. That's games as a service. That's the model. You're getting an ongoing service and you just keep dumping money into it unbeknownst. Because now
Phil seems extremely knowledgeable about mobile gaming. I wonder where he got that from.
not really apparent. You're not dropping $60, $80 a pump. You're dropping a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there, subscription here. Next thing you know, you spend a ton of money, right? So that's where games as a service is succeeding, is on mobile devices, because that is already this ingrained formula of how they can work, and people expect that from those games. People don't expect to get a game downloaded on their PC or console, right? And I need to have a constant revenue stream into this game for it to remain competitive. I mean, the only games like that I can think of are MMOs, right? Where you had to pay that monthly subscription fee. You know, back in the day, games like EverQuest, World of Warcraft. I used to play City of Heroes, City of Villains. It was actually quite controversial when they first announced that there would be subscription-based games in the 90s. People were like, what? I have to pay every month just to play your game? Like, and by the way, back then you had to buy the game too. You would buy the game at retail price. And then you would also have to pay the subscription-based fee to keep that going, or else you couldn't join the server and play it, and there was no offline mode. You know? So, you know, that was really the first classic games as a service, and since then, it's tried to branch out. If anything, you know, gamers are saying we don't want to spend $60 to $80 on a game and then pay a monthly fee and then have to microtransact as well. That's ridiculous. So what a lot of these companies have done is they tried to do it so that the game's free, right? So if the game's free, now the games as a service model works, because maybe if it was free, you'll be inclined to dump a few dollars in here or there and you get hooked on the game. Next thing you know, you spend $100 on it. Oops, right? But in the case of Suicide Squad, okay, what were they thinking? It's a retail game. This is not a free-to-play game. It's Rocksteady, the makers of the Gotham trilogy, or excuse me, the Arkham trilogy. Why? What on earth would have made you think, oh, make it like a games as a service game? Like, why would you think that? Right? Like, I'm thinking in my head, like, what would have been the idea, you know what I mean? Like, that's insane to change. You just had 3 of the biggest, most highly accredited, reviewed, you know, acclaimed comic book video games ever made, back to back to back, an outstanding trilogy that made you an insane amount of money. Why would you change that to be something completely different unless you're an idiot? And it's funny because Big Papa Phil says it's corporate suits, Phil. I mean, ultimately, who is in line? Who is in charge? It's the publisher. It's the people with the money behind everything. You got some idiots in the boardroom. I mean, we talk about this almost every day now. Idiots in the boardroom don't know nothing about the game industry, but they're filthy rich and they control everything. So they walk in, oh, what should we do? Oh, the Batman games did good. How do we get more money out of that? Well, Batman's played out. Let's change the entire fucking game to give us money every day. It's just like, why are you in charge? Why are you know, they need to get, we need to have people in charge of an industry that understand the industry. Because I hate to say this, all right? I know that this is a shocking statement, but ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for this one? Video games aren't rocket science. In fact, the video game industry is pretty simple when you boil it down to what consumers like and don't like and will pay for, okay? It's that simple. But the people in charge of the games industry are not smart, or I should say it this way, they're not educated. They know a lot about business. They don't understand the industry they're in. They jump in because they hear, oh, the games industry is the most profitable entertainment industry out there. So they want to get their foot in the door. They want to get on the board of directors of this company or that company because then they think, oh, we're going to make big bucks. Then they immediately make these insanely stupid decisions. Let's have BioWare, the game company that's always made outstanding, you know, choose your own adventure style, action-based sci-fi and fantasy RPGs, and have them make a fucking looter shooter. What? No. Don't do that, stupid. Let's take the company that just made the best comic book trilogy of games ever in the Arkham trilogy and have them make a games as a service game. No. Don't do that, stupid. They literally need a gamer in the room to say, no, don't do that, stupid. And say, oh, how dare you talk to me? I'll talk to you however I want because I'm the one who's informed and I'm the one that's going to save your business because you're an idiot. Stop with the nonsense. You guys just don't know what the hell you're talking about. Shut up and listen to the industry. How do you just avoid market research for so long? It just blows my mind. No one wants games as a service. Literally no one is saying we want more games as a service. Yet they keep making them. There was no point where there was any evidence that games as a service was working except here. So if you were telling me they're making Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League and it is a mobile game with a third-person aspect, you run around and there's microtransaction loot to add ammo and abilities to your characters and they level up, and then I would say, that makes sense. But the moment you said, oh no, this is a full-fledged, you know, PC console game, like, what are you talking about? No one wants that. Literally any gamer on planet Earth could have explained this to you, but you live in your other world. These people in charge of these companies live in these other alternate realities because they're so fucking rich. They're insulated from any kind of normal life like we have. They don't even understand why people, they don't get the concept of, oh, I had a busy day. Just listen. Oh man, I had a busy, stressful day. I need to come home and sit down and unwind today. I need to just pick up a controller and play a game and have some fun. They don't even understand that concept. To them, every day is fucking paradise. They're rolling in fucking dough. They have no risk to anything in their lives. So how can they constantly even get the concept of you were stressed out today and you just want to come home and play a video game? They don't get it. That's what I mean. And these are the people in charge of this shit. Gee, I wonder why they don't know what they're doing. You know? Anyway, I digress, but the point I'm making here is, wow, what a 180. We were just saying, when that first reveal of Kill the Justice League came out with
money, yeah, yeah, money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah, money, money.
Thank you very much to Black Mage for a super chat. It says, mobile games leech money. Phil, 100k on WWE Burnell, said that. Games as a service make billions all on their own, you moron. Destiny prints money. I'm saying, I used to fucking keep track of these kind of things back in the fucking, I say back in the fucking day as if I was some sort of, no. When I was younger, I used to keep track of these things more when I fucking cared about games more, essentially, you know, about how fucking the kind of performance of the games and fucking how well it did and kind of business model side of it. These days, I don't really generally give a fucking shit, you know, it's just one of these fucking things, but Phil, even though I'm not clued up myself, it's clear as day when Phil's talking at his fucking ass. You know, I don't have to be informed on the subject to understand that Phil has no fucking clue what he is on about. Do some game companies make some bad decisions when it comes to games? Yes. But overall, do they know what they're fucking doing? Usually, yes. The good decisions usually outweigh the bad decisions. That is why they're still in business making games, especially as established game companies that are still in high demand from consumers.
making here is, wow, what a 180. Because we were just saying, when that first reveal of Kill the Justice League came out, we were like, what is this? This doesn't look like anything you would want to play. And it certainly doesn't look like anything Rocksteady has put out until it goes to the cutscenes. Then it goes to the cutscenes in the story. And you're like, oh, this looks good. The cutscenes look good. The story seems like a very interesting, well-written premise. But why is the gameplay so generic and bad, right? So, you know, there you go. Wow, possibly delayed. Again, I don't know. It very well might have been confirmed as of now. I mean, this is a story breaking this morning, and I don't know if it's been confirmed or denied yet. But there you go. I don't know what's going to happen with this game. It might be indefinitely delayed, and maybe not even coming out this year at this rate, from how poorly received it was from that reveal that they showed. So, there you go. That's game news, my friends. So, we now have time for shoutouts, and if we have extra time, we'll do some Q&A, but that's good. I actually got through, just think about this. I got through the schedule, I got through the Phil's Day Off segment, and I got through my game news. I actually was pretty efficient today. I was pretty efficient. That's good. Let's get to shoutouts, okay? We start off today with Dr. Sexy Coco, with a giant name after that I'm not reading, who did a super chat and says, teabag a zombie for us. Can you teabag in this game? No, you can't. There's no teabagging.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Barrett Wells. So Super Chat says, one of my best friends have worked at EA for 18 years. The process is not simple. Change the character mesh and animators, lighters, renderers have to all touch it. It works in a cycle with debugging. And Barrett Wells, of course, is an animator themselves. They'll be able to say a bit informed about this kind of thing. Different kind of thing, I'll say. It's like Barrett Wells works in animation, but that's not for games as far as I'm aware. That's more for, you know, shows, I guess. But yeah, fact of the matter is though, it's not just as simple as, you know, cutting out a character and pasting in a fucking new character. There's fucking far more to it than that. But yeah, there you go. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Phil has no concept really of how much work goes into these sort of fucking things. Hell, I have no concept either, but I know it's not a simple fucking process. If it was a simple fucking process, everyone would be fucking doing it. How many people grew up playing video games thinking I'd fucking love to make video games? And then how many of you same people realised a whole lot of fucking shit was required to get into that sort of field? You need a whole lot of fucking computer fucking knowledge, you know, you need a whole fucking lot, not just computer knowledge either, you know what I mean, it's like more to it than that, not shit, you need a whole lot of fucking passion, you need a fucking whole lot of drive, you need a whole lot of certain other knowledge and other fucking aspects, like art as well, and all that shit. And that's what I'm saying, is like, are you into fucking doing art side of fucking trying to make games, you could try and fucking come up with some sort of a good story. You need fucking good English skills for fucking crafting a good story for a fucking video game. Shit, you know what I mean? Is it specifically to do with fucking coding the goddamn games? You need some good computer knowledge and that shit as well, programming knowledge. That's what I'm saying though. It's like the idea, I'll say, when you're fucking younger as a fucking child, thinking, oh fucking, I love playing video games, I fucking love to make them one day. It's like, it's a good dream to have, but it's not an easy dream to accomplish. D-Dog says, I'm working on a game, been only 4 years so far. I assume that's a solo project, so it would take longer if you're doing it all by yourself. You know, to be fair. But still though, that's... it's just bizarre that he has these fucking rants and he thinks it's so fucking easy just to fucking, you know, make a good fucking game. I'd love to see Phil Burnell, in all his infinite fucking wisdom, make a fucking video game. What would be that fucking game? Who fucking knows? Even Kid Flynn, fucking... Kid Flim was actually fucking doing little kind of concepts of making some sort of top-down DSP game, recreating this fucking snort for and all that shit. It's bizarre, you know what I mean? But it's not easy though. It takes time. It takes a lot of fucking time to fucking not only draw the fucking shit you need to fucking draw, but also program how the characters move and all that shit, and animations as well as fucking coding it all to all make sense. The fucking button corresponds with the fucking animation and all that shit. Fuck me, man. And Barrett Wells says that the worker market is super competitive. At first, it's who you know that can get you in before skills. A lot of artists teach and recruit straight from the colleges. Does not surprise me whatsoever, yeah. That's the same with a lot of jobs, by the way. I don't know how many of you guys are, you know, younger that might want to know this. You know, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. I've gotten jobs in the past because of who I knew, not because of what I knew. Very important to have some good connections sometimes. Also, you need to be competent as well in some capacity, but who you know can go a long fucking way as to where you end up in life. Knowing things as well helps. Dashi as well says, when I was at uni, halls of residence, the guy across from me was a game designer and tried to remake Duck Hunt. He ended up making asexually He ended up making asexually reproducing ducks that multiplied every move. That sounds like that game took a weird turn. That's what I'm saying, it's not easy to fucking even make, even these older fucking classic games, a lot of fucking, you know, brain work had to go into fucking making and crafting these fucking games.
Yeah, it says, teabag a zombie for us. Can you teabag in this game? No, you can't. I got through the Phil's Day Off segment. And I got through my game news. I actually was pretty efficient today. I was pretty efficient. That's good. Let's get to shoutouts, okay? We start off today with Dr. Sexy Coco, with a giant name after that I'm not reading, who did a super chat and says, teabag a zombie for us. Can you teabag?
I'm not on the internet begging for money all day, man. See, I'm better than them, man. No, you're not any better. Everyone's the same. No one's better than anybody else.
Fuck's sake, I forgot to unmute myself, of course I did. So yeah, that was definitely a fucking burp. I knew it was a fucking burp. Jesus Christ. And Brian Arts was saying, back in the day, developing games was probably even harder than now with a lack of ways to easily fix bugs. Very good fucking point. Fucking brilliant point. These days, it is actually so much easier to do. It's still hard to fucking make games these days, don't get me wrong. But the fact of the matter is, it's far easier today than it would have been 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. It's bizarre. But it's still a very difficult process, especially to make something good and meaningful and robust.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much for Black Mage for Super Chat. It says game dev work is also soul destroying. Yeah, how many times do you fucking read about these fucking, like, you know, especially, I mean, it's, you hear about these kind of horror stories from places like Japan, the people that fucking work for, like, video game companies that fucking have to work ridiculous hours. In fact, the matter is, these stories have some sort of kind of basis in truth, you know what I mean, where people are just working at ungodly hours, sometimes sleeping at the fucking office to try and fucking make sure they're getting their work done because their fucking bosses, there's always unreasonable demands and ridiculous deadlines to try and fucking make and meet. But these are like obviously fucking big massive companies as well, and mean ridiculous fucking kind of deadlines and a big massive staff to it as well, but even still, it sounds like a fucking nightmare environment to be in, you know what I mean? Where it's like your dream job is fucking helping and working in this fucking game. Where it's like, aye, but you fucking practically kill yourself making the fucking thing. Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, the whole fucking stress of it all sounds horrifying. Just to imagine being part of that environment. Fuck that. Power to the people that fucking, you know, actually are involved in, work. And put obviously all that fucking work and effort into try and craft something good for people.
I'm not reading, who did a super chat and says, teabag a zombie for us. Can you teabag in this game? No, you can't. There's no teabagging in Wolong. You just walk very slow. I'll walk very slowly over a dead zombie. Then another super chat says, I am officially on level 1. My shoulders are relaxed. There you go. Sounds good. A Huskers fan did a super chat. Says, just joined. What are you talking about? New topic. I have no idea. You said that 35 minutes ago. I have no idea what I was talking about 35 minutes ago. I was probably ranting about something stupid. Okay, and now JD has just done a super chat. Says, are you going to play Remnant 2? What is Remnant 2? I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is, so I can't answer JD. I've never heard of Remnant 2. The only Remnant I know of is the last Remnant, and that was a action-based RPG from over a decade ago before I was a YouTuber. So, I can't answer that. All right, heading over to the tip side of things. Our first tip of the day is a $5.30 tip from Lady Charisma. I don't know if you heard the news since you said you were skipping WWE 2K23. I want to let you know the career mode has 2 unique overreaching storylines, more like 2K19 and 20. It's not random stories this time around. The male story puts you as an indie star making his WWE debut. The female story puts you as a second-gen star trying to make her own way in the WWE. I know it's a long shot, but I wanted to let you know. Yeah, I've seen this on social media. That I guess what happened is early copies of the game have gone out to media people, and unlike usually what happens here is, by the way, thank you so much for the first tip of the day, Lady Charisma. Let me play your animation here. When these press copies or early review copies go out to games media and or the chosen gameplay content creators who get them early, you know, the chosen special few who have to essentially kiss the game's butt because that's the unspoken agreement. Basically, when they do this, they're not allowed to talk about the game at all. Usually there's an embargo that goes up, so you can't talk about it until usually a few days before release. In this case, I guess they were allowed to do it like a week early. So the game comes out next week. So, yeah, in this case, I've been seeing many posts actually, about the game. And I've seen many different things. First, some people saying the characters look better. Then I look at that like, no, they don't. I'm looking at them like, they don't look better. These are the people who are just so blinded by the height. It's hilarious because like it shows Maurice, one of the wrestlers, the female wrestlers, she goes to do her pose and she goes like this where she whips her hair back and her hair stays completely steady, doesn't even move. They didn't, just because there's a tiny lighting tweak or a tiny little, you changed the face slightly, it doesn't mean that they improve the physics, the character models are better. Just people get overhyped. But yeah, they are saying that they redesigned some of these showcase modes to be a little different. I guess each of the male and female do have their own individual storylines. But again, here's what I think. This is the prime example of people who got the game early are literally choosing to drip feed the public with information. By the way, mostly only positive information to get people hyped for the release. And then what I feel will end up happening is once the game actually releases in the middle of the month, then you'll get the true opinions of everyone once the true review embargo is lifted. Right now, what you're seeing is everyone talking about the positives of the game. Is it a positive thing that there's a showcase mode now for males and females where you create your own wrestler and they have their own individual storylines? Yeah, that's good. It doesn't mean the storyline's good because there's been probably no exaggeration over the last 10 or more years that I played WWE games, 3 different times that has been publicly stated, we totally redid the story mode. It's so much better now. And then I would play it and it would just be fucking boring. Every effing time. It's always the same case. It doesn't matter if they try to make it completely 100% narrative, if they have a bunch of grindy stuff where you're actually simulating being a WWE wrestler week in, week out, if it's a hybrid of the two. The formula doesn't really work. Once you play it a couple streams, you get kind of bored. And I'm, being a fan of wrestling, even me, some of these people like, dude, I gotta do this generic boring match again. I gotta wrestle this guy again. Remember when I played it was like, oh, you got this plot line on SmackDown. Okay, you did all those, switch over to Raw. Okay, you did all the Raw, go back down. Okay, I went back over here. Now I'm on NXT. Okay, now I did all that. I was like, wait, I just realized the whole thing's just grinding. It's not good. It's a bad formula, and unless your viewer base and fan base is primarily heavily into pro wrestling, they're never going to jump into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna maybe like it for one stream just to see, oh, look, he made himself in the game. He looks silly, and he's got some silly moves or whatever. But outside of that, it doesn't pan out to be like a long-term playthrough that's going to make sense. It ends up, just like last year, I was completely told, oh, don't worry, it's coming back after hiatus. It's going to be an amazing gameplay experience. You absolutely should buy it at launch. So, I actually held off last year a little bit, because if you remember, we had Elden Ring, and we had all that crazy shit, right? We had crazy amounts of games early in the year. So I finally went to play it, and the fucking showcase mode sucked. It was bad. Again, after having said, oh, they redesigned it from the ground up, it's so much better. It was terrible. It was grindy. It was boring, So, I am not sold on getting WWE 2K23 this year. Like I said, eventually I know I'm getting it, because eventually we're going to have events and things going on where we're going to want to do sim matches, correct? I'm going to want to have the most updated version of the game for those sims. But when you're talking about, any kind of a story mode or career mode or whatever, they just don't work anymore. Maybe ages ago they did, but it's just not very good. It's not good for a streaming audience unless that is a streaming audience that's hardcore. Anyone who's like a hardcore wrestling fan, and that's what people are tuning into their channels for, I'm sure they're going to love it. Mine are not. In fact, I keep telling you guys, I've not seen a single match of pro wrestling, not a single one, since WrestleMania 2020, when the COVID pandemic started. And it was the closed dome screens WrestleMania. Actually, there wasn't even screens back then, remember? That was the one that there was no screens. It was just silence, right? The silent WrestleMania. That's the last thing I saw. And I don't miss it. I'll be honest with you guys. I really don't miss it. I still follow the trends. I still know who most of the champions are or whatever. But I don't really follow it anymore. And I'm not really... I don't feel like I'm missing out by not being in on it. Nor am I really talking about...
You don't follow it, but you know who the fucking champions are. You're following it then, essentially. I don't know who the fucking champions are. I don't follow it. I mean, I used to watch wrestling back in the fucking day. I used to enjoy wrestling back in the fucking day. But I couldn't name you any fucking champions. Why would you keep tabs on something you have no fucking interest in, Phil? Because you still have an interest and passion for it.
Wrestling that much at all anymore. Like I said, the most cursory references here or there when someone else brings it up. And yeah, the sim matches are fun to do fantasy sims, and that's about it. If anything, the best bet would probably be this game comes out, next week? So let it come out and then wait a couple months. Wait 2-3 months for this to come out and have a bunch of wrestlers added to the created situation, the creator wrestler deal, and then get it at a discount instead of paying $70 freaking for this game, which is insane. No, I'm not paying $70 for this thing. I'll wait for it to drop in price a bit, get it for like half price, and and then use it for my content moving forward. But I just don't see the value in getting it. I don't think showcase mode or my rise mode or anything is going to be more than just a stream or two that anyone cares about. It's going to be the same as always. Play it for a stream, everyone's bored, including me, because it just becomes a grind. It's just not fun anymore. They haven't found a single way to make that useful, So, thank you for the tip, and thank you for the heads up. But I was aware of that. Like I said, I've been seeing these overly abundantly positive social media posts in the last couple of days. Like, gee, I wonder why almost every... I saw the one negative I saw was that hair flip one, where Maurice is going like this, and the hair is like glued to her head. But outside of that, I'm like, gee, I wonder why no one is, is saying anything negative about this game. I mean, it's pretty obvious to figure it out, right? Okay. Let's continue. Got a $2 tip. Again from Lady Charisma. I'd like to add on, I can confirm the mode has an ending this year. If you choose not to play this, I still look forward to Sims. This year, creator wrestlers can now have custom AI logic. Sims can go crazy now. See, that's interesting. Does that mean if, let's say, for example, someone makes an AI, a Sim. Let's say someone actually makes Wings of Redemption again in WWE 2K23. So you can actually program in actual AI logic, and when you download that created wrestler, they'll act like the original creator intended, right? That would be amazing. Like, you could make him actually have mannerisms and things that would be Wings of Redemption-esque, right? Like, that would be sweet, I think. If they could do me, put me in there, and I'm doing things that you think would be mannerisms I would do or whatever, that would be amazing, I think.
We can make Phil snort and burp and ack in WWE? Sign me the fuck up.
If that's how it works. I'm not sure. If it's like you have to do it yourself, program it yourself, eh. Anyway, let's continue. We've got a troll. What a shock that there's a dollar tip that's a troll. I mean, I'm so shocked at that. So Gamer Guy tipped me $1, and he says, you know, I can't quite figure out why it is that I don't like Wolong. I feel the combat doesn't have that impact like Neo or Sekiro did. I don't feel immense satisfaction when I beat a boss. It just seems watered down to me. It's just not clicking. I mean, that's pretty much a good description, watered down. It feels like this style of game now has been done and redone and redone and redone. And when you get that much, of the same or variations on the same, not say they're all the same game, right? But if you just like, okay, there's Dark Souls, there's Bloodborne, there's Sekiro, there's Neo, there's Mortal Shell, there's Dinesia, there's Lords of the Fallen, there's this is off the top of my head. I'm not even thinking hard. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Okay. Now, if I think hard, I'll probably come up with another 10. Okay. And then if I think really hard, I can tell you how the Dark Souls formula spinned off into other games like indie side scrollers, right? Like there's the ones that are like the Metroidvania Dark Souls hybrids as well, some of which I own because you guys wanted me to play them for like indie marathons or Halloween marathons. So when that formula has been done and done and done and done and done to death, right? It comes a point when these games just aren't going to feel special anymore. And I think that's kind of where I am here with Wolong. The game is functional. The game looks good. It doesn't look amazing because of the frame drops. If the game didn't have frame drops, I actually think it would look amazing. But the frame drops kind of kill it for me in a lot of situations. But, you know, the control is passable. The gameplay is passable. The level design is kind of bad, in my opinion. I don't like the level design of the game at all. Some of the bosses are good. Some are not so good. But it's kind of like, you kind of been there, done that. And again, it's like I said, if you're going to spend time, and I talked about this, if you're going to spend time beating your head against the wall, you want something to be at the other end of that wall that's worth it. With Wolong, I just don't feel like there is. You know, this isn't Elden Ring. This isn't the next big FromSoft type release that everyone cares about and everyone wants to watch and see me play. This is just a tough game. Okay, and? Like, what's the satisfaction of torturing myself and stressing myself out playing this tough game? Is there really a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow at the end of this game? No. Does anyone even follow the plot of this game? No one cares. They just know, oh, it's a hard game, right? That's it. That's all, you know? So, it's just ridiculous. Like, I think it's stupid that people get so hype over the same style of game over and over and over. And again, I gave it a shot. It's on Game Pass. I gave it a fair shake. I said I would try it. I did. I absolutely did. But there's nothing in this game that is standing out that feels different or special or interesting enough to retain my attention that I feel like I want to keep playing it. In fact, it just feels like a chore. That's not good. If you're playing a game and the entirety you're actually playing the game, it feels like you're doing chores. That's not good. It's just not. I'm with you. Like, I haven't felt any kind of a rush of adrenaline or a rush of feeling, yes, accomplishment because I killed that boss. When I killed the bull boss or the cow boss or whatever, I was like, great, on to the next annoying thing. You know? That's what it felt like. Like, this isn't fun at all. I don't know what it is that I feel like the FromSoft games just somehow have that fun factor to them. This game, like, okay, here's a perfect example. When I play a FromSoft game, I literally cannot wait to explore the world. Like, man, I bet I'm going to find Easter eggs. I'm going to find fun references, unique enemies, cool secret items, maybe entire fun secret parts of the dungeon. This is going to be worth my time to explore. I don't think there's been more than 5 minutes in Wolong that I felt like it was worth my time to explore. It all looks the same. It's just a bunch of enemies placed willy-nilly around to annoy you. Oh, but you need the flags. Yeah, that's fucking annoying. So you're forcing me to explore even though it's not fun. It's it's not good, man. I have no desire to fully explore the world of Wolong. It's just kind of shitty, in my opinion. Anyway, that's my take on it. Thank you, Gamer Guy. I got a dollar tip. Lou Boo is the Dollar Tree Sentinel. Is the Dollar Menu Tree Sentinel. By the way, shout out to Al Raw. All right. I don't think he's the Dollar Store Tree Sentinel because he's off of his horse within 2 seconds, and now you got to fight him as like a actual hand-to-hand fight. So I don't believe that's the truth, but you know, there's something to be said. It's funny because I feel like the game has high production values. The game has perfectly passable combat, even has some uniqueness to it with the magic and everything, but I still can't help but feel like we've been there and done that before. You know what I'm saying? I do. I just kind of feel like why are we beating the dead horse? Still, we've done this. When the next big FromSoft game comes out, the Elden Ring DLC, that'll be the notable thing that everyone wants to see. From day one, you want to see me play this DLC and conquer the new challenges and overcome and persevere. Everyone will be here for it. I'll be on board for that. But this game, it's like, what is the point? I don't get it. And again, if we're in a situation where there's other things that are in demand, it's not like there's nothing going on right now. People want to see me play Metroid Prime Remastered. People want to see me do my New Game Plus run in Elden Ring to prepare for the DLC. There's a new game coming out in a couple weeks, Resident Evil 4 Remake, that's going to take a lot of precedence. Everyone's going to want to see me do that because I've already told you I'm playing that on hard difficulty. Yeah. So with all that in mind, this game kind of feels like a fart in the wind. Like, you know, it's here and then it's gone.
By the way, guys, I keep missing things in the card sometimes. I'm a wee bit distracted. It started snowing very heavily where I am in Scotland, so it's the first time I've had snow for a wee while, and what can I say? Snow pretty, and is more entertaining than seeing and listening to Phil, so I'm a bit distracted and keep missing things. I am glad you guys are catching things, don't get me wrong, I am relying heavily on you guys right now, because my eyes are just distracted by just fucking enjoying the snow, because I'm tuning Phil out and just enjoying the goddamn snow falling.
Like, well, it's not a big deal, you know? So why am I going to kill myself over it, right? Why? Good morning, Spider Dijon. What a name. Spider Dijon, like, is that mustard? Spider mustard. I don't know if I want to have spider mustard. That sounds pretty bad, actually. Spider mustard. So Mr. Oink thinks that he's banned. Well, let's take a look. Let's find out. Somehow Mr. Oink got blocked. I didn't do it. I just unblocked him. Mr. Oink, you were unblocked. I don't know why you got blocked. Try not to get blocked again. You know, I can't, sadly, I can't just stay on top of every single account. But I think that I unblocked you. There you go. Mr. Oink. Okay. All right, guys. We've covered pretty much everything. Oh, by the way, thank you to Ash Toki for his super chat. And also thank you to Only Eyes to Infinite for his super chat. Did you see Dead Island 2's trailer where you play? I have not even seen the trailer. I don't think I'm very interested in it, quite frankly. I think Dead Island 2 would only be good if you're going to play it co-op, much like Dead Island 1. I have no desire to do that, so I'm probably not playing it. But we'll see as we get closer to it. Does anyone have any questions? If you'd like to tag me in the chat with a question, we have a few extra minutes, or, you know, any other contributions, I'll shout them out. Whichever. Rosef says, why do you think you have a different feeling about Wolong compared to critics and users on Metacritic that rate it an 81 to 85 out of 100? Because again, oh my god, excuse me. Because again, you're in a situation where things are, the market is massively oversaturated with this style of game. Okay, he's being honest. And the people who are likely reviewing the games are fan of the genre and are dying for more. I'm not. I'm a fan of the genre. I'm not dying for more. I would rather wait for the best. You know what I'm saying? Wait for the best. Wait for that Elden Ring DLC and play that really good one, because you know it's going to be stressful and you know it's going to be time consuming and you know it's going to be grindy and it's going to be annoying and you know you got to persevere. I'd rather wait for the best rather than play the discount store version. I'm sorry, that's just my mentality. I'd rather play enjoyable things on my streams, and then when I'm going to actually put myself out to a situation where it's difficult, play because I'm playing the best one. What's going on, Jay? Good to see you here today, by the way. But that's what I mean, like, why bother? If the people who are reviewing it 8 out of 10, I'm sorry, but have you know, did they play anything else? Or is it just, oh, and relative to all the other FromSoft knockoff games, it's an 8 out of 10. Well, good for you. Maybe it has a higher rating, because take a look at the ones that came out last year, like Thymisia and shit. That game was boring as dirt. I watched someone play it for 3 hours. Seriously, I was falling the fuck asleep how bad that game was. So when all the knockoffs around you are bad, the slightly better knockoff ends up feeling like gold, right? It definitely could be the situation where it gets pushed up and propelled because everything around it is inferior. There you go. Okay, a couple more tips are coming through. I received a $10 tip from Chocolate Fuzz. Thank you, Chocolate Fuzz. That is the biggest contribution of the day. Let's get you on the leaderboard. Let's see what you have to say. Okay. Chocolate Fuzz says, you say sometimes watching the old DSP makes you cringe, and it was all toilet humor, etc. Actually, that's not what I say. I say it was all sexual humor, racial humor, and things that, by today's standards, is pretty unacceptable. For me personally, I'm almost 30.
Hold on.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Barrett Wells. So super chat, it says, Phil, your precious Oblivion is just a first-person clone of King's Quest. Interesting take on that, for sure. I'm saying, like, Phil, I want to check Pig Code to see if Phil's ever said the words toilet humour to describe his content. I guess Phil has a point. He has never used the words toilet humour. I'm surprised. I thought Phil had, which is why I thought, okay, to big go, but Phil has never used the phrase toilet humour. I am surprised. Try without the U in humour. Oh, because I'm fucking, one of these disgusting, British spelling style people. Son of a bitch. There's two. Let's see, two different ones.
There to hear your finest toilet humor on this.
That wasn't even Phil, that was a fucking game doing it.
In the 90s to then real big cringe and toilet humor in the 2000s. Like,
Hold on, what's he talking about? What's he talking about here from Bassmaster? Hold on.
That's absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry. Little Crow did a Super J. Said, "What's sad? We went from Airplane in the 1980s to Scary Movie and Austin Powers in the 90s to then real big cringe and toilet humor in the 2000s." Like,
see, that's not even Phil's words. I mean, Phil is reading out, but that's someone else that fucking had those words that Phil read out. So, no, we're not counting these burps. These burps were in the fucking past. These are burps from actually, they're not long ago. Bassmaster, so it's like fucking 6 months ago. But no, they're not today. They're not live. We can't count them. So Phil has never used the term toilet humour, at least describing his own content, it seems, at least by Big Go standards anyway.
Sexual humor, racial humor, and things that by today's standards is pretty unacceptable. For me personally, I'm almost 30. I still watch your early playthroughs and I crack up. There's something about early DSP I feel was like lightly in a bottle. I honestly sometimes miss that, and I love the way you are now, but I don't think the older stuff was bad. I love it dearly. Again, I agree with you, but the thing is you have to change with the times. You have to. You have to read the room, change with the times, and roll with the punches. If I were today the same person I was 10, 15 years ago, number one, everyone would say, you never changed, you never evolved, and therefore your shtick is up, you're a dinosaur, you're not entertaining anymore. That'd be number one. Number two, I'd be canceled immediately and banned. Like the stuff that I used to say and do back on YouTube 10, 15 years ago, today likely would not even be allowed on this site. They wouldn't allow it. They say, oh, it's too insensitive and stuff. Even though, you got to remember, back in the day, there were no guidelines like that whatsoever, right? Unless you were outright being actually purposefully racist or sexist, humor was allowed. Any kind of joking nature was allowed. And the fact that, I told everyone back then, I was an equal opportunity offender. Meaning, hey, you can offend me in my own race. You can make fun of white people. You can I'm mostly Italian. Make fun of the Italian heritage. I don't care. I'll laugh with it and I'll roll with the...
No. I need to... Did he just call himself mostly Italian? Because his mother was a quarter Italian. He just called himself mostly Italian because his own mother was a quarter Italian. Phil's like 12% Italian. By those standards. No. Jesus, right? Oh my fucking god. Hi, I'm Shu, says Jared. I lived right down south next to the sea and we have had no snow, but go 10 miles north from me and it's been lashing down. Jesus Christ. Could be on the way then, pal. I cannot believe he called himself mostly Italian.
You can make fun of white people. You can make... I'm mostly Italian. Make fun of the Italian heritage. I don't care.
I am mostly Italian. What the fuck is wrong with this fucking moron? He genuinely fucking wishes there's something interesting about that. He wishes to fuck he was some sort of strange fucking European hybrid, some sort of fucking creature, but no, he's just some fucking mutt, essentially. Part Italian, part Polish in small fucking parts. Mostly American. Mostly an American fucking idiot.
I'll laugh with it and I'll roll with those punches. But also, everyone else is equal opportunity as well. Everyone could get razzed basically in my content. Everyone's gonna get it. Everyone did really get it at some point. No one was immune to it. You know what I'm saying? And back then, no one took offense. The height of my popularity was when I was the most offensive. That's the truth. At the height of my popularity was when I was the most offensive. And then, over the years, everyone yelled at me. Oh, you're too offensive. You got to dial it down. You got to realize that things are changing with culture and everything. You got to change. All right, fine. I will evolve as a person. And now I look back and I do cringe. I look at that stuff and I'm like, it's hard for me to do like a react of my older playthroughs because I know like 40% of the time I'm going to be making a sexual comment about a woman, which is like so stupidly immature. I'm going to be talking about someone's race, the accents I used to do constantly and make fun of them and stuff, that's life though, is that things change over time. And you know what? I'll say this as well. I will say this as well. All right, in life, and I know this now because I'm old enough to know this at 40 years old, there is a pendulum. And that pendulum swings back and forth, my friends. It goes like this, okay? And sometimes it's in the middle, and sometimes it's all the way to one way, and sometimes it's all the way to the other way. It's human culture. that culture evolves and changes and then goes in this cycle of back and forth and back and forth. All right? Just because things are a certain way 10 years ago doesn't mean things will be the same way today. Doesn't mean they'll be the same way in another 10 years. Things definitely change over time. And the most extreme swings happen when it swings so extremely to the other side as well. Right now, we are absolutely in an extreme swing situation where all of media companies, entertainment companies seem to all want to be leaning, going towards one way. And you guys know I'm not political, and I'm not criticizing anything. I'm just telling you like it is right now. Okay? That's 1,000,000% the truth. Because you look at some of the stuff that's being made and produced out there, like, what is this content? Who is it for exactly? Right? With the stuff that they're doing. You know, why are we taking every pop culture notable figure and rebranding them as a different gender or a different race or a different stance or whatever it may be? Why are we doing that? Right? There's obviously something going on here, right? And that's the way that everything is swinging. And you could agree with it or disagree with it, and that's fine. That's your prerogative. That's your ability as a human to say, I really like that, or man, I really hate that. Okay? Me, you guys know me. I'm kind of in the middle of everything, and I almost feel like I'm an outside observer because I don't think that the extremes either way are correct. Okay? But I see, 10 plus years ago on YouTube, things were very much one way. Then all of a sudden, the culture of the world decided to change, and now we're all the way the other way. And now you've got, because what's funny is, can I really be honest now? Because now you're going to like this one. I'm sorry, but I feel that the vast majority of people that people find entertaining today are bland. They're boring. They are talking heads being paid to give you an opinion on something. They are not people being honest with you. They are paid advertisements. Those are the popular people today. But they're boring. They're like dry toast, right? These aren't people who are interesting. But yet they're the top people. How do these people have millions of subscribers on YouTube, tens of thousands of viewers on Twitch? You watch their content, it puts you right to sleep. But that's who's on top, and they stay on top. Why do you think they stay on top? Right? Why do you think they get the promotion? They get all the opportunities. They're getting all the money. Take a wild guess. Because that's, again, it's the way that culture shifts. All right? But that might not last forever. In fact, I will guarantee you it won't last forever. It's going to shift again. That's how culture goes. It goes back and forth, then back and forth. So right now we're all the way over here, and then eventually we're going to go all the way back here, and then sometimes we'll be in the middle. And that's when you got to kind of read the room and understand what's going on. Okay? All right? So, you watch who you watch, you like who you like. But when I look at all the content out there that's to be chosen, and you're like, 10 years ago, DSP was one guy. Yeah, because back then, you had to read the room. People wanted the risque, extreme content. My viewership back then was a lot of teenagers. So, doing the stupid sexualized commentary and that constant kind of joke, that's what got me popular, all right? Then over time, things change. You got to adjust. You got to change. It just so happens I became the whipping boy of the internet with This Is How You Don't Play. If This Is How You Don't Play never happened, I would be in a much bigger, better position than I am. Being that I'm a 15-year content creator.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love that's his fucking reaction to that. Oh my fucking god. Evil AJ. That's what I'm saying. Who is the ultimate detractor in terms of ruining Phil's fucking life? Is it Tevin? Is it Evil AJ? Is it Piece of Peace by today's standards because of the fucking tracker? We can fucking keep track of every single one of his fucking transactions, and plus that's where the bank leaks now live. That's what I'm saying. Who is the ultimate detractor that has ruined Phil's life more than anyone else in the entire fucking planet? Of course, you know who the ultimate fucking detractor is, don't you? The person that's ruined Phil's life more than anyone else? It's Phil himself.
I'd probably be very large. I guarantee you I'd have 1 million subs. If This Is How You Don't Play never happened, I'd be a 1 million sub YouTuber right now. But that movement destroyed any kind of popularity that was towards me. And it made it okay to hurt me. That literally justified attack, justified harassment, justified bullying, because people on the internet made it a meme to do it, you see? And, then you look at the content today, well, this is what you get. When you take people who are genuine, and you take people that did it for passion, and you instead take the most cookie cutter, bland, cardboard, boring, dry toast, you're going to get the most crappy content, but it's all ads. Enjoy your ads. I warned people about this 10 years ago. I absolutely did. I warned people about this a decade ago. I said, this will happen, no matter what. But people didn't listen. They did not listen. Instead, let's keep going with the hype and we'll destroy these people and we'll let these people become prominent. And this is, and hey, the biggest shills, the biggest sellouts will be the ones because they're the ones who will always do what they're told, right? The people who are kissing WWE's butt right now with this game. Of course. Why do you think they're all saying positive things about it? And then another week or two when the game comes out, all the truth and negative reviews will come out. That's what happens, But that's life. Me 10 years ago, was it good for the time? Yes. Is it good for me now? No. I wouldn't even do that now. Even if that was popular today, I wouldn't be like that. That's not me anymore. I mean, every once in a while, is it okay to shove in a little risque joke or whatever? Yes, that's okay for variety purposes. But I'm very much not that immature-minded guy anymore. I'm just not. I don't think that way anymore. In the last 10, 15 years of my life, I've changed and matured as a person. 40-year-old DSP doesn't think the same way as 27-year-old DSP when he's playing a game. You understand? A bunch more tips have come in. Got a $3 tip from Big Papa Phil. Magical Drop 6 is coming out soon on PC and consoles. Did you ever play it in an arcade when the last time you...
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Logan K for super chat. Says Phil's content is an ad for his content. Stop it. Pretty much, yeah. Phil's content. These days, Phil's content has one purpose mainly, and that's to fucking make sure Phil can survive and live and get his next fucking DoorDash and his next WWE Champions pool and all that shit. These are the real reasons why Phil does content these days. In the past, sure, Phil fucking enjoyed doing this shit, he got good money for it, and he enjoyed his fucking job, he enjoyed his fucking passion. But Phil's passion for gaming is long fucking gone. That's why he's fucking got a React channel where he's fucking diluting the gaming content to fucking try and get more into reacting, because sometimes that is actually what people actually want to fucking see instead. This fucking rant about fucking This Is How You Don't Play and all that shit ruining him from being a million sub channel, that is so fucking delusional. That's goddamn incredibly fucking delusional. Bad Luck says, Phil made This Is How You Don't Play necessary because his gameplay is so terrible. Arrogance, pride and insults thrown at every challenge. He put the videos out and expected nothing but praise. It's not just that, it's the fact of the matter is it was so undigestible. You want to imagine, so let's go, so we're on DSP Gaming, okay? Let's explore DSP Gaming and let's explore it, shall we? Let's go to playlists. In fact, let's just search for goddamn Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear... I typed in Metal Gear Solid. So, playlists. Where is all the playlists? Jesus Christ, man. 80 parts, 70 fucking parts. Sweet fucking baby Jesus, man. Probably easier just to fucking search your goddamn playlists. Can we search playlists specifically? I think we actually can. Please let us be a thing. That you can, okay, cool. So, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Methbear for a tip, who says, upset at others putting viewers to sleep on their stream as he falls asleep on his own stream. His bussy is full of crushed glass. There's a phrase on there, what I'd say. Cheers. What the fucking guy is trying, is not used to fucking saying these kind of things. Aye, Phil, his content puts fucking people see. This is why This Is How You Don't Play is necessary though. Right fucking here. 73 fucking separate videos at fucking 13 minutes, 20 minutes apart sometimes. Beautiful playlist. In fact, no, there's actually a website we can fucking use to track this shit. Hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me a second, ladies and gentlemen. What's it called again? Calculate YouTube playlist or something. I've used this website before, once upon a time. There it is, I found it. Find the length of any YouTube playlist. So this is how you don't play for Metal Gear Solid 3. Okay? 73 videos. Average length 11 minutes and 11 minutes and 5 seconds. The total length of playlist is 13 hours 29 minutes. 73 videos that would take you half a fucking day, over half a fucking day to watch altogether. No wonder Evil Age's fucking This Is How You Don't Play was far more popular, because it cut out all the boring crap in between. Instead of fucking watching 73 videos to fucking watch that goddamn video play through, you could watch one big long form video which cut out all the boring shit. Jesus Christ, man. Mepper says, I'll do you. Hold on, sorry. 2 seconds. Mepper says, I'll bear with you. Bear with you. Jesus Christ, man. I am very confused right now. Sorry. Don't forget, 11 minutes is short as fuck for Phil. Phil used to fucking make these videos this kind of fucking length as well. I forgot that as well. This was before Phil was trying to fucking make, get as much money as possible in these fucking videos, and so he would fucking just, monetize the shit out of them all. 73 fucking videos, averaging 11 minutes and 5 seconds per fucking video. Jesus fucking Christ, man, no. 13 hours, 73 videos, fuck that. How about we check our ones? Okay, actually, hold on. Let's check another fucking Metal Gear Solid playlist. What about the very first one? The very first one. The very first game. 55 videos, once again, 11 minutes on average. It would take you 8 hours to watch Phil play. But Hogsnart's big. He's not even finished playing Hogwarts yet, to be fair. And now, the second one. The Metal Gear Solid 2. Might as well complete all 3 of them, eh? 68 videos for Metal Gear Solid 2. Average length is 11 minutes. He was consistent as fuck for the average video length, wasn't he? But 12 hours to fucking endure all that. 12 hours to endure Metal Gear Solid 2. Just over half a fucking day. And yet, Evil AJ managed to fucking squeeze all that into almost an hour of fucking This Is How You Don't Play video. He condensed all of that Metal Gear Solid 2 playthrough, all those 68 fucking videos, all those 12 hours worth, and just managed to fucking squeeze it down to about 1 hour. Oh, if I wasn't, people wanted to do Skyrim now, and Hogwarts, Jesus Christ, okay, hold on. Hogwarts, we'll do Hogwarts first, it's was requested first, fuck it. It's an ongoing playthrough though, for fuck's sake, so... Hogwarts right now... this will be the rest of the stream. There's 36 videos so far, the average length is 58 minutes, the total length for the playlist is 1 day, 10 hours, 48 minutes and 4 seconds. Right now, if all the Hogwarts content Phil was made, it would take you literally 34 hours and 48 minutes to watch it all. It's a long fucking time. Someone else wanted Skyrim, didn't they? Or was it Skyrim? Yeah, Skyrim. Demon Righteous sent to Skyrim. Like, which version? Isn't there multiple fucking versions of fucking Skyrim? Where's the playlists? Where's all the playlists? I wanted a fucking playlist of fucking Skyrim. Can I just do this instead and then do that and do this? Give me the fucking playlist, you fucking fuck. Jesus fucking Christ, where's the playlist link for Skyrim? How hard is it to fucking find the playlist for fucking Skyrim? I love how some of them don't have... Jesus Christ, man. 285. Part 285. Hold the fuck on. The Elder Scrolls... I'm just... Hold on. The Elder Scrolls... Where's the playlist for this? For the love of God, I need to find this. And where is the start of this playlist? How do you... We might be here a while. Why can I not fucking find the start of this goddamn playlist? Jesus Christ. His old Skyrim playlist was about 300 plus... Jesus Christ, man. See, this is like the... So, this is the first one. He played it 11 years ago, keep in mind. And that was the one that's got... so many different fucking parts to it. To be fair, so does it. When him playing it a year ago also has a lot of fucking parts to it. I want the first time he played it. We have no fucking thumbnails for it essentially. Where is it? Oh my fucking god. Hold on. He might actually have... He might have the playlist in the description. Now of course he fucking hasn't got a playlist in the fucking description. Oh look at this, thekingofhate.com. I was looking at that shit. For fuck's sake, man. How do you even fucking find this shit, man? I'm not even fucking sure how you'd find the start of this playlist. We just keep scrolling until you fucking... What the fuck, man? All of this. How in the fuck, man? 11 years, just... Where does it begin? It never fucking ends. I can't, fuck me, man. I'm fucking enough. We're gonna I'll just assume it's like fucking 2 days worth of fucking content or some pish, man. Fuck that. I'm fucking done scrolling, man. Fuck that. That's a project for another time. Jesus Christ.
From Big Papa Phil, Magical Drop 6 is coming out soon on PC and consoles. Did you ever play an arcade when the last time you had a puzzle game on a stream? That was one of the biggest ones that I played back in the day. Magical Drop 2 and 3. I played like crazy in arcades back in the day, right alongside Street Fighter and other games that I was playing, and I played it with my friends competitively. In fact, my friend T. Carter was one of the people I used to play that game with against competitively. We were both quite good at it, by the way. Okay, am I interested in it? Yeah, I guess I have to find out more about it. If I reach a tier 3 tip goal today, would I consider playing Wolong? It has nothing to do with tip calls. It has to do with, am I enjoying the game, and are you enjoying my gameplay of it and engaging with it? Because what I've noticed is these last few streams of Wolong, that's the opposite. People are basically disengaged. They're barely even paying attention. You know what I'm saying? I got a $1 tip here. Let's see here. So, someone tipped $1 and says, the biggest problem with your older commentary, it wasn't clever or satirical. It was offensive. Like things that could be considered racism or sexism. Nothing was poignant commentary like a South Park joke or a Dave Chappelle. Well, I mean, I hate to say, you're right. Because definitely as I'm playing the stick of truth, and when giant testicles are crushing my body, or supposedly, you know, your mother's naked, elongated boobs are crushing you during a boss fight, that's definitely the epitome of smart humor, right? I mean, that's just like top cream of the crop, intelligent commentary humor. There you go. I don't have to say anything else. I'm done on that statement. What a stupid thing to say. Okay. I received another $10 tip from Chocolate Fuzz. Last thing, sorry for the length. Okay, he's got another $10 tip. Let's play another animation. Let's see what he has to say. Here we go. Thank you for the support today, everybody. Always great to see the support before we even booted the game. Okay. That's the same thing they say about modern comedians and expect them to apologize on Twitter for a joke they do not need to apologize for. Being canceled is a silly concept. Then again, I don't have a public business. Do you think if you didn't have to rely on a PC audience, you would be a little more unleashed? Love you, DSP. Again, here's the thing. Modern me is not the same as old me. I know that for a fact. You know, but at the same time, does it suck that you have to like walk on eggshells? That you might accidentally say something in a way that's misconstrued and someone thinks that it's something horrible that it's not? Yeah, it's terrible. It's
But that's not you being fucking honest and true and genuine. You're fucking admitting it's an act. Which is perfectly fucking fine, Phil. We know you're fucking fake, but you pretending you're not fake is so fucking cringe. Just fucking admit the fucking truth of the matter. You fucking put on an act here to try and make sure you don't piss anyone off. You sit on the fence to try and not piss anyone off. Yeah, you're doing your absolute fucking best to not just piss anyone off. That's the simple truth of the fucking matter.
It's really terrible that I'm a public figure in 2023 and I have to literally watch every single thing I say and do, and I have to be like so careful. It's like, do I want to live in a fucking bubble so that, you know what I mean? No, I don't want to live in this protective bubble where now I have to be so afraid of anything that I say, catch it in the bubble first and screen it with 10 fucking sensors to make sure it's okay before it can be thrown out onto the internet. It's ridiculous, right? It's a stupid thing, but that's kind of how you feel. Like, by the way, I definitely would not, that's what I mean, like with Twitch, at least on YouTube. YouTube, from my experience, and maybe this will change, in my experience, YouTube gives you a fair shake. Okay, if YouTube deems you've done something wrong or offensive, they notify you about it. They even tell you the video and what you did wrong. All right? And sometimes YouTube is very fair about it, and they'll even say, okay, we identified that this is kind of ridiculous, but we're just going to flag it, you know, for adults. So now you can't make ad revenue on that video anymore, but at least the video's not blocked. At least you're not getting strikes and getting your channel taken down. You know what I'm saying? On Twitch, it's ludicrous. You're over there, you don't even say the thing that someone says you said, and then they just take your channel down. And then it's up to you after the fact to complain for them to fix their own mistake. That's the problem with a business model like theirs, where it's run by fucking, you know, volunteers and shit like that. We have volunteer moderators. On a $1 million to $1 billion company, we have volunteer moderators. Wow. You really sound really professional to me, don't you? You fucking idiots. So, that's why, really, at this point, I would never want to go back over there. The only reason I would go to Twitch is, let's say, something short-term happened here on YouTube, and I had to go over there to stream for a little bit, I would. But I'm never going to reapply for the partner program. Absolutely not. I would never do that. That would be a waste of everyone's time, because I'm just going to get kicked out again for something I didn't do, just like the first time. And in the meantime, I absolutely would not look to stay there long term. I would try to find somewhere else. I know there's other viable.
Shut the fuck up for a second, DSP. Brian Arts is saying he's fucking linked me a couple of things about Skyrim playlists. That's a fucking handy thing to do. Hold on. He's linked me both playlists here. Hold it. Did he actually fucking exceed the playlist length? Is that why it's two different links? Is that why it's two links? Because he's like, give me two different links. Can you only have like two? No, surely you can't have. Surely you can have more than 2 fucking videos in a fucking playlist. Hold on. I still have his website here. So the first link. Yes, apparently Phil had to split his fucking playlist up into 2 separate parts. This is from back in the day. This is like 11 years ago or some bish. So, Phil, 200 videos for the first part of fucking Elder Scrolls 5. Average video length is 11 minutes. It would take you 36 hours, 41 minutes and 3 seconds to watch just the first 200 fucking videos. And let me get a fucking second link. Fuck me, man. What the fuck? Well done for finding the fucking playlist, by the way, man. That's just like, there's so much fucking shit to go through there. Right, so we have 36 hours and 41 minutes so far. In fact, I'm going to type in chat because 36 hours, 41 minutes, 3 seconds. I don't know if I can forget the first one, right? And the second one is this. The second playlist is 186 extra fucking videos, averaging 11 minutes, and Jesus fucking Christ, man. Oh my god, I'm not even full screen for this, I'm sorry guys, I thought it was full screen. Jesus Christ, man. It's the second playlist, so 386 videos altogether. It would take you 2 days. Like, 2 days, 22 hours, 49 minutes, and 30 seconds. To watch the entirety of full play Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, so Elder Scrolls 5, it would take you 2 days, 22 hours, 40. Actually, it's 50 minutes, sorry, 50 minutes. 2 days, 40. Oh my fucking god, man, I'm just fucking lost at that.
Alternatives. However, I hate to say it, a lot of them are very polarizing politically. No, I don't want to end up on something that someone considers a right-wing site, because I'm not right-wing. You know what I mean? I'm not. I'm just not. You know me. I keep telling you guys, I'm more middle of the road. I don't want people to think, oh, because Phil's now screaming on the site that a lot of right-wing political guys are on, that means that he's a staunch Republican and shit. I'm not. I'm just not. And I don't want people to think that just because I'm over there. You know what I'm saying? So, but, I would hope nothing will ever happen on YouTube. I would hope that I'm able to keep doing my content here. I don't want everything to be so politicized that I have to leave a place. Because I'm not left and I'm not right, and that's bullshit. Is there actually a place out there for someone who's not either? Is there a neutral place? I'm not aware of it, right? You either got one way or the other. You have to be one or the other to be welcome somewhere, right? I think that's stupid. I really do. But I don't ever want to leave YouTube if I can avoid it. I've 2 years now almost of my life rededicated to being a full-time YouTuber. I got other endeavors I'm stretching out and branching out to do with React content and everything. So I would much rather stay here and continue to focus on what I'm focused on. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's kind of shitty that you don't want to live your life feeling like everything has to be, oh my god, I have to be so careful because I'm walking on eggshells everywhere I go, because God forbid someone misconstrues something I say as something offensive, and now you get canceled for the millionth time. How many times have I been canceled exactly? Right? And I'm still here. How many times has this happened? That you try to cancel me here, cancel me there, throw me out of this, throw me out of that, and yet I'm still here. It's like anyway. All right, guys. I think we've gone long enough here. All right, and I agree. El Grazoro says, I'd rather have you say on YouTube it's easier to watch you here. All devices can have YouTube and run it smoothly, unlike Twitch. Exactly right. On Twitch, just to prove how unprofessional Twitch is, they still have not updated their site to have better bitrate. They still have not updated their apps and things to run better on devices. YouTube, arguably, you can watch anywhere, on any kind of device. There's so many different quality levels to a video you upload on YouTube that everyone can be happy, right? Twitch still has not done that. And that's supposed to be their entire business model. And they haven't bothered doing it. They just don't care. Like, that's the most unprofessional thing I've ever heard of. I mean, how can you tell someone in 2023 the optimal bitrate is 6,500 kilobits per second to stream a game? That's insanity. That's friggin' insanity. You can't do 1080p 60 frames at any satisfactory rate at that bitrate. That's why the popular people on Twitch get allowed to do as much as they want. They're out of their minds. They don't care. They don't care about the people on there or anything. They just care about the money train rolling in. Why do I want to be there, right? All right. Anyway, I think we're good. I think now we can end the podcast. We can jump into Wolong. I've been recommended that I go back a little bit and I look around. Apparently you can climb the castle and there's a couple more flags you can get. That'll level me up a little more for the Lubu fight. And Lubu fight is literally today. Like, that's it. That's what I'm doing today. Getting flags here and the Lubu fight. If I beat Lubu today, that's better than I expected. Honestly. I'm feeling like I'll spend all of this stream trying to beat Lubu and that'll be the end of the game for me, So let's see what happens, okay? I got a $6 tip from Mishael. I wanted the tip for the Wolong stream. Thank you, Mishael. I appreciate that.
I picked a bad centre square today, it seems. The interview talk did not happen whatsoever. I'm surprised that nobody brought it up. I thought Phil might have done it again, but I guess nobody in his audience cares.
Get us up to $40 before we even booted the game. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for your support today, everyone. I really appreciate that. By the way, I didn't even mention it. As you guys can see, every day we're doing the small member goal now. Just trying to hit a few new members every stream. So today I said, hey, we're at 376. It would be great if we hit 380 members today, overall, the entire day. Because that's the thing. I think it's more about small growth. If you can hit small growth goals of like just a few a day, as opposed to trying to hit 100 in a month, if you hit a few a day, that's more reasonable, correct? So could we hit 380 members today? There's so many benefits to being a member. Maybe consider it. What's up, Cheerio Eater? Good to see you. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching the Level 1 podcast.
The annoying thing about that was that because he was busy typing at a time, he didn't point down towards the fucking members goal. So I can't even tick off points at text because he was busy typing at a time when he was talking about it at the start. So he didn't bother, fucking pointing down the way. That's annoying. It's one less thing to tick off, and it's not going to fucking deny as a fucking full house, but still annoying that Phil didn't bother to fucking point at the goddamn text when he was talking about the members goal.
It's always a long one when I come back from break. We had a lot to talk about. Thank you all so very much so far for the early support. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I absolutely wish you the luck of the Irish. So, let's get set up. I'm going to take a brief break to use the restroom. And then we're going to get started. Looks like the capture device is not working, but I could probably get that fixed in a moment. Usually it's a quick fix with this capture device. The other one was a pain, the old one. This one's pretty easy to fix. So let's see if I can get it to fix pretty reasonably easy here. So I go to the device and I click on it. And I do this. And then I do this. And now we're good. Look at that. And now it should work. Let's double check. It's weird that sometimes I boot up and it like disables, but then it works right after. I don't know. Okay, guys, brief rest. I'm just going to, I'll use the restroom. So give me a minute. I'll be right back and then we'll start with Wolong, all right? See you in a sec.
And as usual, I'm going to fucking fast forward until Phil gets fucking back from the bathroom. I think it's only a small little piss break today. It shouldn't be way too long, hopefully. He's not even monetising his audience, for fuck's sake, so yeah, I'm sure it's not going to be fucking too long.
Certain people can...
Oh, here we go, he's back. And as usual, I'll show you guys Phil returning to stream. Because I always find it interesting if I can see how he fucking comes back sometimes. So, let's see. So there he is. And he's in frame and he fucked off again. Why? Let's rewind that. So he's back, and then he fucks off again. Like he forgot something. Then he waddles back into frame, and throws himself down, and as usual... He seems... I swear the fuck he's like in pain sometimes when he sits down. Like, keep an eye on his facial expression. Like there. You know, it's like a wee small grimace of fucking pain or something. I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it, but sometimes he's got a wee grimace of pain when he sits down. Politically saying that chair has aircraft level suspension. Oh, Damien says he walks back out of frame to close the door. That could very well be it. That could be it.
Okay, everybody. I hope you're ready. So wait a minute. Truth Seeker, I guess it was in a super chat and I had missed it. Truth Seeker is in a super chat and said, certain people can tip to get unbanned. No. No one has tips to get unbanned at all. I don't even know what you're talking about, Truth Seeker. Do you have something specific you're referencing? Do you want to tag me in the chat and let me know? Because I have no clue what you're speaking of. None. But thank you for the super chat, regardless. The way to get unbanned has always remained the same. You must email me the link to your YouTube channel, and then I can unban it from there. If I don't have a direct link to your YouTube channel, I can't unban anything. I actually need the link. And if I click on it, it'll take me to your channel in my YouTube app, and then I can unban. He said you unbanned Mr. Oink and not him. Mr. Oink emailed me during the show. And I saw his email, I clicked on it, and I was able to unban him live. Again, it's not really rocket science. Dark Viking, welcome back. He said, sorry I haven't been around much lately. My health hasn't been going so good for 4 months. Man, I'm really sorry to hear that. So, I hope you feel better, man. I'm really sorry to hear that you've been sick. Seriously, I hope that things get better. There's nothing worse than having a lingering illness, right? So, okay. Oh, my nose itches. So, alright guys, well, like I said, I got a recommendation. I think it was Ellipsy, and he said there are a couple flags you missed if you just kind of like, from where you are, if you try to climb the castle, you could find them. You should probably get them before you take on Lubu again, because you probably need everything to beat him. So perhaps that's a good recommendation, and we'll try to do that.
Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah, money, money.
Thank you very much to Quasar for super chat. I didn't get to make Phil dance you because I wasn't on, because it was on his webcam. So hold on. Let's do that one more time, but I've gone full screen and I want to make Phil dance you. So,
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Doesn't really have the same effect when he's fucking wee small webcam in the corner, does it? You know, doesn't really have the same impact as when he's in the full screen mode in his fucking podcast, whatever. Thank you very much to Quaterexel for the super chat. It says, very late super chat, but Phil still has no concept that the way he words himself can be misconstrued and mean something else, intended or otherwise. As I'm saying though, Phil never seems to fucking want to take responsibility for the things that he has said and done in the past. He's tried to fucking pass off, oh, but everyone was doing it back then. It's the way it was back then, but the fact of the matter is he's not claiming responsibility. He's not showing any fucking remorse for the way he acted, for the way he's fucking behaving. He just fucking tries to pass off as something that everyone's fucking doing at a goddamn time. Doesn't acknowledge it's fucking wrong whatsoever. He says, oh, that's what the audience wanted. That was what my audience was. I was catering to my fucking audience. Phil is basically fucking admitting here that he has never been any genuine or raw, or not been himself the entire time. If Phil's story is to be fucking believed and followed, he has always been playing up to his audience the entire time he's been doing YouTube and not been himself once. The real DSP apparently has never been seen on YouTube because he's always trying his best to fucking cater to his audience with sexualised humour back in the fucking day, or this fucking middle of the fucking road sort of fucking safety stance he has now. Yeah, you gotta read the room, guys, for fuck's sake, Phil. It's just, fuck knows, man, fuck knows. Phil's fucking rationale and logic to try and fucking explain why he's always been an innocent little boy in the YouTube game is bizarre to me. It's just, he can't keep his fucking story straight. Mr. True and genuine and raw and authentic is just a fucking bullshitter who can't keep his fucking story straight.
There are a couple flags you missed. If you just kind of like, from where you are, if you try to climb the castle, you could find them. You should probably get them before you take on Lu Bu again, because you probably need everything to beat him. So perhaps that's a good recommendation. We'll try to do that. And then we'll take on Lu Bu again. But that's it. Like, that's my whole focus today is just Lu Bu. That's it. I don't really care about getting any further. I guess we'll see how it goes. Okay. I don't know anything about Kerbal Space Program 2, Broseph. Never heard of it. Well, I know the original, but I've never played it. I don't know what it is. I just heard of the name. One shot calling it. There's no way. He has insta-kill attacks. You have to parry everything perfectly to beat this guy. He's already insta-killed me several times because I don't know the timing, the parry timing. There's no way it's going to be like a flawless win. It's impossible. By the way, I had the wrong color on the whole time. It's supposed to be purple. I had on a different one. I had like violet. That's better. That matches the text a little better. Okay. Extruder, I'm good. Thank you for asking. Swagonitos, I bet you'll beat it the first try. No, I won't. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
He is now recording for YouTube, so that'll be the end of DSP Bingo. We had one free space because Phil had 11 burps, and I don't even know where to fucking put it. I think I'm going to put it at the turbo nose. Or that being said, I'll put that being said, because that gives us a double bingo at least, you know. So there you fucking go. But sadly, we were 5 short of a full house, so I was worried it wasn't going to be the strongest card, but I did not expect to fucking fail with the things we did fail at. He didn't mention the interview at all. He didn't point at the text on the screen. He didn't say comment. I mean, some of the things I wasn't expecting to happen did happen, bizarrely. But there you fucking go. But yeah, I'm going to wrap things up there. I mean, we can refresh the stream and see how Phil's doing.
0. Not a single parry once he got off the horse.
Is he still in the boss then? Is he still fucking fighting his boss? Is that Lu Bu? That's not Lu Bu, surely. That's probably just some random fucking thing. Did he fucking beat the boss then? Did he fucking completely vanquish his foe?
There's...
Like, who's the fucking boss? Where's this fucking Lu Bu? Where is Lu Bu? I demand Lu Bu. Where is the Lu Bu? Is there a Lu Bu? You think he's fighting it right now? Where's the fracture team?
So the first attempt, I parried a ton. The second attempt, I only parried the horse, then nothing after. The third attempt, I couldn't parry the horse. So every time I've fought him today, I've done worse. It's a good sign.
Oh, for fuck's sake. So is this a fight coming up now? Is this a Lu Bu fight coming up right fucking now? It's a good sign,
man.
Yes, it is.
See, the follow-up slash here. The follow-up slash, it's very annoying.
He died in like fucking 10 seconds. Holy shit. He just got there and he fucking got his ass ran over. Okay, well, yes, Phil's not having a great fucking time with Lubu, I guess. Okay, I'm fucking wrapping things up there. Fuck it, no more. I'm done. We have this fucking thumbnail, I guess, for fucking next time, fucking ready for that. Fuck it, I'm done, I'm done. I'm going to tap it. So guys, thank you very much for joining me for some DSP Bingo antics. I do hope you all enjoyed it. Sadly, it wasn't a full house today, but there's always tomorrow. Hopefully we can get a full house tomorrow to celebrate our, Friday, start of the weekend and all that jazz. But yeah, before I go, I'm going to end things how I always end things. I'm going to end things playing the Pixar Animations classic Notorious P.I.G. contributions, one of my favourite attractions of all time. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. I do appreciate it. Thank you all also for the contributions as well. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with some more bingo. Until then, hope you all have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I'll catch you all later on. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside, all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that, in an instant, fucking gone.